W.
Okay.
I think it should be above.
None?
Yep.
Welcome, everybody. We are finally here. 4 long weeks,
Yep.
but Flash is finally back.
Tonight's episode is called Godspeed.
How excited are you?
Hey, Brayden.
But when my daughter came back from the future to help, she changed the present. And now our world is more dangerous than ever. And I'm the only one fast enough to save it. I am the Flash.
Hey, William.
On the Flash.
Skyfrost.
Instructions. Defeat Cicada, destroy his dagger, and save your father. That is a new timeline struck will break through.
Gone. And now that Cicada showed up.
I used to think that keeping secrets from people would protect them.
Yeah, look.
You can't really know someone with walk.
Inash will be here shortly. He had some errands he had to run, so he should be back in time, but he is listening on the road. He'll be back shortly.
Sorry, I lied to you.
Oh, it's right. For a timeout.
Dad, please. Dad! I'm sorry I lied to you. It's Nora, our daughter.
She lied to us, Iris. Since the first day she got here, about Vaughn.
Ooh, looks like it's picking up right where it left off.
She knows what he did to us. To me. To my mother. I can't believe a word she says.
We don't know that.
Yes, we do!
We don't even know why she's working with him.
Acting chops.
But the pressing question is not why Nora is working with her or Slash. Maybe I can talk to her and shed some light on the matter.
I think you've shed enough light.
Why are you upset at me? What I should do, I should not have told you?
How long has it been since you suspected her?
Since I arrived.
We can't do that, Brazil. It's a copyright infringement.
So
we
you've been
filmed
following
this
this
as
trail all
something
this
that
time.
someone
You
has
didn't
asked
think
us
to tell us
do,
about it until
but
now.
we can't face
I
the
don't know where
TV.
this trail leads.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. Don't come to a conclusion without facts, all the facts.
Surely, I think, maybe you should just give us a whole minute here.
Well, you're mad at me for doing what a master detective does. Figure out something that you cannot. I gave you that translation. Your anger is misplaced.
Look, whatever reason Nora didn't tell us, I don't think she did it maliciously. Guys, even from here, I can feel how upset she is.
All right, babe, you've been around Nora for months. You never thought that she was hiding something before?
No, never. Never.
Vaughn lied. He was a master at it. It stands to reason he must have taught Nora some of his same tricks.
Maybe. Maybe not. There's gotta be some way to figure it out.
There it is.
What's up, Thomas Dane?
I'm guessing this has everything from the day she arrived. Maybe before. Read it. From the beginning.
Excuse me, having a call from Mom. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm so sorry. I just been really late. I'm really late for an important date. Not a date. Not that I don't date. I date. I have a meeting.
Future
I'm
tech.
making myself later. Sorry.
Anyone seen CSI?
Thank you.
Where is West Allen?
I'm so sorry. Detective Curtis said it wanted to be late. I tried to hail a hover taxi, but they kept passing me by, and then I had to run
I
all the way.
really don't care what your reason is this time, West Allen. I just want to find what Nana did this.
Of course.
Chemical transport truck on its way to Dayton Labs was attacked earlier this morning.
But that makes 2 labs and another 2 transports this week.
And like the others, no one saw anyone.
Oh, there's residue everywhere.
Benzene, methanol.
That's what they stole.
What's that used for?
Anything from nanotech to treating lights.
Halophane.
Halophane? Wait a second.
What?
This truck has an Infinity 4000 security camera company is gonna be so jealous. Whenever the 4000's tampered with, it's failsafe releases an incapacitating agent, halothane.
So you're saying whoever did this picked the lock, disabled the camera, and stole might be licensed then? All before this incapacitating agent can do its job?
No one saw them.
How is that possible?
It's super sweet.
A speedster?
Nora, flatmate, friend of mine.
Look at this
You didn't happen to
voice.
pitch your
That's
speedster
so
theory
cool.
to Detective Curtis, did you?
It is not a theory, Leah. It is the only explanation.
You know I'm equally a fan of our fleet-footed super friends. I mean, honestly, if I could have ever met Jesse Quick, it's like, hello, new best friend. No offense.
Some taken.
Okay, but there hasn't been a speedster in Central City since that crisis piece your mom wrote about, like, decades ago. I mean, Flash, Kid Flash, Jake Eric, that weird purple speedster that just showed up one day. They're all gone. So what you're suggesting, highly unlikely.
Then we need to start believing in the highly unlikely.
Alternatively, you could dial back your obsessiveness.
I'm not obsessive.
You never got to know your dad, so you became a CSI, just like him, and it's why you keep investigating. One case Barry Allen never solved. Cicada.
You call that obsessive, I call that a hobby.
Right, your classic everyday murder hobby. It's like your mom says, you're excessive.
Do not quote my mother.
God, I wish CCPD would spring for one of these affinity cameras. I mean, trillion FPS, captures light in motion.
Brilliant.
Tell that you take strap.
That's lightning.
The canister's gone.
White lightning. A speedster.
Okay, maybe.
No, not maybe. It is. I knew it.
Okay, fine, you're right, but what is this speedster doing stealing chemicals?
And Eobard Fog, aka the Reverse Flash, was finally defeated and incarcerated and will remain in Iron Heights prison for the rest of his days.
I know.
Oh, incoming call from Mom.
See, I knew it. There was never a speedster with white lightning.
All yours. Thank you for visiting the Flash Museum today. The building will be closing in 5 minutes. All guests should make their way to the exit now. And Nora Westtown, your mother called. Please, for your second line, call her back.
That's awesome.
So
Saboteur.
embarrassing. Mom, why are you calling Mr. Miles?
I tried you at your lab, you weren't answering, I left you messages, you never returned any of them. What else was I supposed to do?
Wait for me to call you back?
Why isn't your hollow on?
It doesn't work in the Flash Museum.
For the life of me, I've never understood your obsession with that place. What are you even doing there? Are you there alone?
It's fine, Mom. I'm researching a case.
What kind of case?
One that I can't talk about.
I'm your mother, Nora.
And I'm an employee of CCPD who can't talk about open cases. Mom, how many times do I have to tell you this? You were married to a CSI.
Yes, I was.
Oh, I'm sorry. What were you calling about?
Put her hand out and fall
I
through the
thought
wall.
my daughter might want to know how I'm doing in Coast City. I almost finished my story. I should be home in a few days.
Great. Mom, I gotta go. It's work.
Love you.
Love you. Hey.
Hey, meet me at Allen's laboratory. I sent the list of stolen chemicals to an old teacher of mine, and I think he found something.
Appreciate the help, Dr. Von Witt, especially at this hour.
Not a problem. Allens never lets me leave this place anyway.
So Leah was telling me you might know how these chemicals can be used together?
Yes and no. It took me a bit to see it, but the only way they seem to work together is if they're built on a structure, like an extracellular matrix.
There are thousands of extracellular matrices.
So until we know all the chemicals, we won't know the end results.
Sorry, can't help more.
It's okay. Thanks, Dr. Bonwit.
Now what?
We can't just wait for another lab to get hit.
Did you see that? White lightning.
Dr. Bonwit!
Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh my Jesus!
Yes, I am a god. The god of speed.
Oh, yes! Oh, is that how she gets her power? Right.
We're just turned off. That's how she.
Somebody help, please! Someone help!
Oh, that is so freaking cool!
So
Sorry.
he turned off the damn
Nerd moment.
So it looks like
We just saw Godspeed and he looks so stinking awesome. So sorry about baseball, guys. We were watching our beloved was it Tigers?
Yeah.
But we had to turn it off because baseball season is on around our house too. But so this is turning out to be a great episode so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
her
episode.
friend's connecting the dots. Like, okay, why are you obsessing over your father?
It's kind of cool to see 2049 in here to kind of get a little bit of background of Nora finally, instead of just assuming or thinking we know what's going on. It's awesome to just kind of see a little bit. You get to see the future tech. She's going through the Flash Museum, which is where Team Flash resides right now, but in the future it's the museum. And she saw that there was white lightning, and she's like, there was no white lightning. There's, you know, these different colors, but not the white. So it's interesting to see that. But as they're trying to figure it out, Godspeed comes in and said, yes, and they're like saying, you know, some kind of god. And he's like, yes, I am the god of speed. And then he throws his lightning and completely knocks Nora off. And where her friend goes to try and like touch her, and she gets zapped, like hurts her hand. And you can see like the color, like purple coursing through her veins. And that's when it cuts to the thing.
Yeah.
So we get to see and hear Godspeed, and he looks phenomenal.
But one thing that I noticed for Godspeed is normally Barry has to run around before he throws the lightning, or I think Zoom had to do the same thing when Zoom threw the lightning. But Godspeed, he didn't have to run around. He just basically just formed it in his hands and then threw it at Nora.
Yeah.
So
It's not like he had to run around like Barry. He just literally like did like a Dragon Ball Z throw of lightning to her, and it threw her back through all that stuff. It's just, if this is the beginning of the episode, what the heck is going to go on in the rest?
Caleb said Godspeed looking like a PS3 cutscene.
He does. And I love what Enosh said. He said, dang, now I know how you all feel listening to this. Show the screen, LOL. We're not getting hit because of that, babe.
Yeah. So I knew that Godspeed was going to be in this episode.
You
I
called
said it
that
earlier.
one, yes. And it's nice to come back from that, but I like that they're picking up exactly where they left off. They have her, so she's pretty much chilling in that thing because Barry is beyond livid, saying, you know, she knows what he did to me, and she's still working with him. We don't know why, and so instead of dealing with the now, we're flashbacking to, well, technically flashing forward to 2049, but which is back for her. So it's super cool just to see all this and what's going on. And we are back.
Okay, don't freak. We're in a hospital. Me for this burn, and you for a whole lot more.
Dr. Bonwit?
I see you, but he's gonna pull through. The speedster did get away with like a crazy amount of carbon disulfide. But don't worry about that right now. How are you feeling?
I feel fine, actually. My fingers are a little tingly, but other than that, I feel really good. It's weird, right?
I'm just so glad you're okay. Your doctor said you got hit with 5 billion joules of electricity. Which means, I kind of called your mom, and she freaked more than normal. I had to. You kind of died.
Wait, is she here?
She's on her way from Coast City, and she is wearing her aggro bands. I mean, she has called me like 47 times.
Ignore her. I don't want her to worry.
I did. Which is why she doesn't know about this. The paramedics said that you went into cardiac arrest when you got here, and so they had to use the defib nodes to restart your heart, and when they did, they found this. It was buried underneath the scar under your right shoulder.
What is it?
They say it's a metal scrap from the shelf you got thrown into, but I don't know, it looks kind of old and pretty fried. Okay, wait, but now that we both know you're okay, can we please talk about the fact that you got struck by lightning from a speedster?
So it's too late, right? The only thing is no one's gonna believe us.
We both saw it. They're gonna have to.
Stay calm. There has been an incident. System check in progress.
synapses must be going crazy because my reaction times are way off the charts. What am I gonna do about my mom? She freaks out anytime someone even says the word meta.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, her non-meta husband died because of metas.
Yeah, writing about the Flash, the metahuman, made her career.
So we can't tell her.
I'm home!
We can't tell anybody. Not until we figure out
I
how we
heard.
got these powers. And I don't think it's a coincidence that this happened after my little run-in with the Godspeed guy.
You mean when Godspeed hit you with his lightning, which according to the Flash Museum is exactly what happened to the Flash.
1019 in progress.
Bank heist.
Huh. No, you can't do that. That is a bad idea. That is like cut your own veins bad.
I'm just gonna do a little run-by.
You are a CSI, not a superhero.
Our jobs are the same as the cops. We get the bad guys.
All right. Get him, Flash woman. Sweet Flash. Hot Flash. Not that one.
Okay, we're gonna workshop that later. Until then, I have to guard Central City.
Hi, everybody.
Stop throwing fire! Keep your hands where I can see them!
I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Fucking fight! You're under arrest!
You fried your gauntlet and half the fleet.
It was only 3 cruisers.
Now, Captain Fry's gonna be on his warpath, which is gonna make everybody's life miserable. I'm sorry, Nora. I know today didn't exactly go so great.
Both robbers got away because of me.
Cut yourself a slice of slack pie. It was your first day. No one got hurt, and plus they found Bug and Bite hunched over his runner's cramps like 10 minutes later.
I still feel so bad.
You're looking at this all wrong. Today was not Nora's big failure. Today was Femme Flash's big debut. Naming superheroes is not easy.
Leah, you are the best friend a Scrappy Speedster could ever ask for. But I think we both know that CCPD isn't equipped to stop this guy. The only way we're gonna catch him before anyone else gets hurt is if I start thinking like a villainous speedster.
And how are you gonna do that?
I'm gonna go see one.
Reverse Flash, huh? Well, officer, you're like the second person in 15 years who's come to visit the psychopath. Not even a call. Are you sure you want to interview him by yourself?
I've been alone with criminals before.
You have 5 minutes.
You are gone. That reverse Flash. AKA Wells and Highlights.
Yep. Boy band Wells.
Yes.
Word up, word up, word up. I drove home in a flash. I think I broke a few speed records.
Or laws.
Or laws, maybe.
So this is a phenomenal episode. For those of you who have been here before, yes, we do know we're watching the show because we can't face the TV because it's a copyright infringement. And I'm sorry for all of you guys that seem like you're having a problem with baseball, apparently. It sounds like that for whatever reason, some places the CW is showing this episode on Saturday at 8 p.m. instead of tonight because of baseball.
Oh, I would be ticked.
I would be mad.
I would be livid.
So I'm glad that Tigers game's on Fox Sports Detroit.
Man.
So Caleb says there was a leaked photo of costume fittings for Black Widow, and there's an image of David Harbour in the white armor and a cloak with a skull mask in hand. He's playing Taskmaster. That is definitely something we're gonna have to talk about in Talk Nerdy to Me.
Yeah.
The entire East Coast has Boston versus Yankees.
I forgot about that game.
What's so special about that? I mean, I'm a big baseball fan.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but it's
'cause
not
of
like
the
it's
rivalry.
It's not like it's playoff season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because of the rivalry between the teams.
Yeah, but my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Okay, so either the next commercial or at the end before Talk Nerdy to Me, you have to see how Godspeed looks. He looks so stinking awesome. He looks better than Zoom.
Really? I was wondering because Caleb keeps mentioning that he looks like a PS3 cutscene. So,
yeah.
Does it look good or does it look cheesy?
It looks good.
Does it look good? Okay.
When we saw it,
I can't believe all this, and I missed the stinking Godspeed part. But it was stuff that had to be done, and so I could not be here at the beginning. But I
we
got here
have
as soon as I
Holy
could.
Week for church this week, so you had to get your instruments that you need to work with for your job.
Yes,
So we understand, but while you were doing that, me and Isaac were peeing on the couch because we saw Godspeed. Yes.
Is that what that is?
If you saw the video while you were watching it, me and Isaac were like, "Oh my god!"
I did. I was watching it.
Why is it back right?
That's why I said that's why I said I had to be like, show the screen.
So pretty much a quick summed up version of my theory for Godspeed is I think he has something to do with Nora also.
Yeah.
And something's end up happening to her.
Power.
That's what it sounded like. He's the one who gave her power.
He's after her and she got her powers.
So I'm thinking that he's had something to do with Nora also, and something's gonna end up happening with her. Like how you keep on saying, it's either she's either gonna get away from time, and Iris and Barry are gonna remember her, or
Hey Logan,
But Isaac's thinking.
when you come back, can you bring me like a couple things of popsicles?
Isaac's thinking though that it's not gonna be a sacrifice. He thinks it's gonna be not her choice.
I think Thawne's gonna do something.
Godspeed.
And Thawne's gonna end up.
Just give me two of the just regular popsicles.
So I'm thinking Godspeed's gonna end up doing something because I was telling Noah they can't really in like 4 or 5 episodes make like a best friend relationship between Barry and Godspeed.
So Godspeed's relationship with him is gonna have to be for the future, which is the past to her.
So I'm thinking that maybe it's gonna be with Nora, and then something ended up happening to her, and that's what causes him to come back.
I heard him talking.
Because they started the episode where Barry.
Actually, get me can you bring me a mint chocolate chip ice cream bar?
Because they started off the episode with her sitting in the cage,
Mm-hmm.
and Barry was just beyond livid.
Yeah.
Like they were trying to say, well, maybe she wasn't trying to, and he's like, no, she knows what he did to me, and she's still doing this, and so he's not even giving her a chance. So that's why they flashed back for her but forward for them.
Yep. And then Iris and Barry got mad at Sherlock.
Because he's like, you're gonna go talk to her, and she goes, I think you've talked enough.
Yeah.
To Sherlock?
Yeah.
Sherlock.
Yeah.
Why?
Because remember, he's the one
She
that
believed that I attacked.
He's the one that brought up, but that she was lying.
Yeah. And then
Why is that his
Can you
fault?
bring me one too?
They also said, how long do you
How
think?
long did you have you known?
How long were you suspicious of this? And he said, since I got here.
So that's why they're frustrated with him, because he never said anything.
Why would they be frustrated with him? What's her name?
I'm Miss Allen, and I'm a CSI talk
Iris
with the
was
CCPD.
a jerk to him.
I wanted to ask you a few questions if I could.
Come closer. Nora, Miss Allen.
Caught up on the Allen last name.
Don't be afraid.
There was a patient at work today.
Dampening capabilities of this cell can negate the powers of the thousand metahumans. The glass, the walls, ceiling, the floors, and all connected to a power energizer that will zap this place with 400 kilojoules instantly. Should the dampeners fail, making the cell phase-proof. I couldn't hurt you, Nora, last hour.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, if I wanted to.
Thank you.
What are your questions?
How did you end up in here?
Was there nobody at CCPD that could answer that question for you?
All the files pertaining to the Reverse Flash have been cyber-locked. And there's almost nothing about you in the Flash Museum, except for the date of your imprisonment.
Really? That's all there is in the Flash Museum. That's interesting.
Will you tell me how you were defeated?
Why do you want to know that?
It'll help us with an investigation.
You need to work on your lying. Nora. Your shoes are new. But your soles are worn. And singe marks on your sleeves and singe marks on your pant legs. And most of all, your cheeks are flush with windburn. Oh, I know that windburn. I can still feel it. You're a speedster.
Hold up.
Time's up.
Please, I need your help.
Come on, let's go. Time to repent, Professor.
Dang. And they call me Professor.
Professor Zoom.
Someone figured out I had powers, but he wouldn't tell me anything about them. What? And don't tell me it's nothing, because your whole face says it's something.
You know this metal fragment they found underneath your shoulder?
Yeah?
Well, something about it was bugging me, so I did some digging. It turns out it's not from that shelf you got thrown into. It's tech. A chip made by Star Labs 25 years ago.
Like a chip you would use to find the lost animal?
It's to dampen your speed.
What?
You didn't get your powers when Godspeed hit you with lightning. It looks like you always had them.
I've always had powers? Who would put a power dampening chip inside?
Your mom lied to you your whole life. I mean, that's next level aggro.
How could she keep something like that from me? I mean, what else has she lied to me about?
I think you're gonna have to ask her.
Oh, just the idea of that makes my blood boil.
That could be the macchiato. It's possible I might have made that a triple.
At least I have one person in my life I can still trust. A triple.
That's been established.
No, not the coffee. I mean, yes, the coffee, but the chemicals that Godspeed stole. Benzene methanol is unstable, and if you add the carbon disulfide that he stole from Allen's lab...
Kaboom! I remember that from 9th grade analytical chem.
And the only way to combine all those chemicals together is if you add some kind of binding property.
Right, you'd need a +1 oxidation state, like a dioxygen difluoride.
Yes, and somewhere that's able to store that, and the only place in Central City that can is Stag Industries.
I cannot believe my first time at Stag Industries is as a burglar. Or are we vigilantes?
Lena, I found it.
Unless you're super speed camp, super biceps, we are not getting this out of here.
That's mine.
Okay, try and get this open. It'll evaporate in seconds.
If you want it, you're gonna have to come through me to get it.
You're a speedster like me, so you needed to. Sorry.
He's selling white and yellow. That's really quickly.
The one person in the world she thought she could trust died in her arms. Nora must have felt completely alone.
But she wasn't.
Yes, she was. Because I wasn't honest with her.
Iris.
After all I did, she gave me a second chance. It's the least we can do for her.
Okay, first couple things. One, we are not aware of any online broadcast of this that's at the same time that we're watching it on live broadcast. Tomorrow it should be on the CW app, but that's
It's
about
usually after midnight tonight.
yeah after midnight.
Yeah.
So you can try that if you have the CW app. You can watch it that way. But there's nothing that we know of that is showing it. So we're very sorry if you're in an area that's watching that has baseball. And I agree, this has got to hurt the ratings for this episode.
Yep.
This is kind of stupid that
I can't wait to see that.
they're coming back.
Very twisty.
So I got an observation, and it's probably not going to be popular. That did not look good. It looked like bad CGI. He didn't look like he was a real person standing there. He looked like it was like computer generated. Is it just me? Because like the outfit in the behind the scenes photos looks awesome.
Jedi said, "What's the name of the actor who plays Godspeed?" I'm gonna wiki him if I can.
We don't know yet.
I thought he was the dude that was in Zoom's costume and like the guy who's in him right now.
That's just the guy he's the stunt actor. Yeah. He's the guy the stunt actor who's in the suit is the same guy who
so turn it on if it comes back.
did it for Zoom. Yeah. But we don't know who's gonna actually play Zoom. We don't know who the voice is. We did a video because there's been a rumor that Michael Rosenbaum was going to play Zoom. Now, I'm going to say this. Zoom looks cool, but it doesn't look like a real person.
Neither does Zoom, though.
Yeah, Zoom looked like a person in the outfit.
No.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just... Yeah, see, other people feel that way too. Okay, Caleb just said that the CW confirmed that Godspeed is entirely CGI except for the fight scenes. Okay. And I thought that too. I thought when he had the girl, and I don't know who she is yet because I just got in here, but when he had her pinned up against the wall and he was holding her and like...
She works in the CSI with her in the future in 2049.
Okay, when he vibrated, it's back on. But when he vibrated his hand into her, that looked real. But when he was standing there, it didn't.
What are you doing?
I'm giving our daughter the chance to explain this for herself. Someone you love. If you don't want to talk about it right now, that's okay. Or maybe you just don't want to talk about it with me. Nora, can I just make sure that you're okay? Nora, I went to the hospital and they said that you left.
I guess lightning doesn't hurt as much when you already have it coursing through your veins. This isn't familiar. How about now? Nora, you found it before she died. You put this inside of me, Mom. To dampen my powers? You lied to me my whole life. I know. Who else knows? Who else? From me? Why? Because I told them to.
understand. How did I get my powers? What do you have against speedsters? Nora, I have already lost so much. I can't risk losing you too. You just been.
I love those flash figures.
I'm gonna miss Leah too. That's all. We all know how close you two were. If you need some time off, I'm sure Captain Five.
We need to get the guy who did this. Whatever it takes.
We ran the evidence from the crime scene. Turns out there was foreign DNA in Leah's exit wound. But we've used it to positively ID this guy.
August Hart, biohacker, Mercury Labs intern, and then grad school.
Says he was kicked out for testing tachyon stimulants on coma patients. What the hell's a tachyon?
Particle that moves faster than light.
Well, an arrest warrant's on his way now. I promise you this guy's gonna get what he deserves.
Yes, he will.
Did you know not all villains had metahuman powers? Some used.
Godspeed's lightning. It turned blue, just like Zoom's. Wait a sec.
Although her body disintegrated, authorities uncovered evidence at Mercury Labs of the illegal speed enhancement drug Velocity 9. This volatile stimulant gave trajectory incredible speed, but at a deadly price.
That's it. Benzene methanol, carbon disulfide, dioxygen difluoride. The base for the extracellular matrix for Velocity 9. Only he's trying to make one that will last forever.
How do I stop a speedster?
You can't.
Not alone. But with you, I can.
No.
That plinth, it takes incoming calls, and from what I hear, you have a few left. You can walk me through it via comms.
No.
He has stolen enough chemicals to make an extracellular matrix that replicates speed powers.
I told you to leave.
The only thing that is stopping him from becoming a speedster permanently is a stabilizing agent. Once he gets that, he will be unstoppable.
I told you to leave. Guard.
Please. He killed my best friend in front of me. She's gone because of him, and you are the only person that can stop it.
What the hell? You need to leave now. Nora.
And 20 minutes left.
Yeah, so, I get it. Like, yeah, exactly, Tiff. It's going to be like South Park, like little choppy, like Barry running because they have no money to produce any more episodes. But
Wookie's like, let me get on the couch.
it is what it is.
Come on, Wook. Come on.
I mean, the important thing is we're getting the story, but I wish they would have been able to,
Here, Dad.
Yeah, what?
Let me make you feel better. Let me lick your eyeballs.
yeah, I just wish that they had been able to, if you're going to bring in somebody like Godspeed,
Yeah.
you'd hope that they would have been able to really do a good job on the effects, but
Nice. Brazilian here. And is it João Pedro Silva says, run, Nora, run. But it is kind of nice, I think, to get her backstory, to see why she is the way she is, why she has such this frustration against her mother.
Yep.
Her best friend that she saw die, and how that can affect you and change you, and maybe it has to obviously do with her dad, but maybe this is trying to change something in the future so she doesn't lose her friend. In her past, their future. It's weird to say.
Yeah.
Because they worked together, but they were best friends, and that would wreck me if my best friend died in my hands or in my arms just because, you know, they were trying to find something from a stinking speedster.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Caleb says at Point Dexter Lounge, this feels like a backdoor pilot, much like the Star City 2040 episode did.
Yes.
Yeah,
it does.
But for what? For like a future show?
I don't know.
Well, they keep popping back and forth between 2049 and the present.
Yeah.
The show.
Yeah.
And Barry doesn't want to give her a chance, but for once, Iris actually wants to give her a chance because she gave her a chance because Nora gave a chance to her to, you know, reconcile their differences.
Yeah.
But I would be like Barry though too. It's like, dude, you're supposed to be my daughter, and you sided with the one guy that has been my nemesis my entire life.
I know.
Yep.
What is wrong with you? I can't trust you. I understand that.
Special shout out to all of our Brazilian
yes.
friends. Welcome.
Dennis said...
I am a fan.
Dennis said that could have changed the base of the story if I can predict that the God of Speed may have followed Nora back to the past, and now Barry and the team will have to defeat Cicada and God of Speed. And Caleb says, because the CW said a Star City 2040 show is being considered, maybe a Nora show as well.
Really? Huh.
And Nocia Agora has said his name is Isaac. We have an Isaac here too. Isaac squared.
Yeah, because I remembered a little after they announced that Arrow was ending, that the producer of Arrow is working on another CW show that's not announced yet. Well, at that time wasn't announced.
I hadn't heard that, Caleb, so that's interesting that they're talking about a Star City 2040 show.
Yeah.
I don't know, though, if we're ready for that. To be honest with you.
They're setting it up on Arrow right now. Because one thing that Arrow used to do is do flashbacks explaining where Oliver was and what he was doing those 5 years he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
But now since they've been on for more than 5 years, they've pretty much summed up where he's been all this time. So now they're doing flash forwards into the future.
Okay.
Hello and welcome all my kitties.
All my kitties. Hello.
Brazil said, laugh out loud, Godspeed is trash. Dennis said, I think that Barry will give Nora a chance, but will kind of be mad at her for lying to them.
Yeah.
Yes, William. Hey, buddy. As far as the Shazam figure, I am so sorry, man. I have been so swamped this week with Easter coming and stuff.
Easter and Christmas are the busiest times for church. And so
I'm going to tell you this. I promise. This coming Monday, I will get it shipped out. I may get it shipped out sooner, but I promise by then.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, there you go. I'll give it to Tiff. She'll ship it out.
Yes, I should vibrate your hands. Together, build an electric shock. Now look for the brightest room. The converter needs constant fluorescent light. Locate the biometric converter. It will be a kidney-shaped object.
I think I found it.
No one for Godspeed to stabilize his velocity 9 now.
You don't learn, do you? That's mine.
Come and get it.
Oh, slap bracelet, future.
It worked.
See, that looks fine.
Lightsaber? Oh.
Velocity 9.
Velocity 9.
Nora, you need to get out of there now. Right now.
One, Nora. Gracie make sure.
Son, did you hear me? I said I can't lose him.
I got it. See any walls near where you are? Preferably concrete.
Why?
Because I want you to run into one. Or rather, through one.
I can't run through a concrete wall.
Yes, you can. If you vibrate at the natural frequency of air, your body, your cells, will be in such a state that they will phase right through that wall.
I don't like it.
I can't do this.
She should have stayed stand.
Listen to me. Listen to my voice. Breathe.
It's the same thing you did for Barry. Oh, it's so cool.
Feel the wind in your face, the ground beneath your feet, and the lightning, the electricity surging through your veins, to your nerve endings from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes, like an epic shock you never want to end. You're part of something greater now, Nora. You are part of the speed force and its power. Its power is yours to use. Now do it.
I can't do it.
Then goodbye, little runner.
No. I'm sorry. I trust you. What now?
Nora, you can't run forever. You're gonna have to stop him. Tell me what you see around you.
I'm on Fifth and Park. I see Joy Enterprises, Pure Bank, and CC Citizen Media.
Media, the satellites. Nora, we're gonna use the satellites' electromagnetic radiation to break the V9 bonds, flood Godspeed with anti-endorphins.
Neutralizing the V9 instantly.
Exactly, but here's the thing. Those satellites recalibrate on the hour, limiting very short bursts of microwave energy. You're only gonna have a few seconds to get Godspeed in front of those bursts, you understand?
So I just need him to follow me into the building.
Not into the building. Not the building.
Okay. I can do that. How fast do I have to go to run up a building?
As fast as you can.
Here he comes.
Run, Nora. Run. Wait for it, Nora. Wait. And now.
Oh, dang. That one he looked like Sin Cara.
He does. That's who he looks like. He looks like Sin Cara.
We did it. We did it.
Yes, we did.
That's who he looks a lot like is Sin Cara.
Flash Cara?
From WWE.
Dennis said, guys, I like how Nora used the band to stop God of Speed. I did not know Tracy had her own building. I think God of Speed can give people powers because he said he is the God of Speed. Could that happen? And Muay Thai Jai just said, I just watched Godspeed versus Red Death. Found out Red Death is actually Batman with Flash abilities. Laugh out loud. Guess who won the fight? Not to pick a side or anything. And that's why she trusts him, says GDO Duke. And Firehawk is a little mad because he has to wait and watch the episode.
Sorry, Firehawk. So the fastest Flash. So here's the thing. I like the idea of Godspeed when he's an actual actor.
He's lit-ish.
When he's an actual actor in the suit, it's fine. But for some reason, when they have animated him, they've got him, and it doesn't make any sense because
What's up, Paradox Energy?
it's not just when he's running. They've animated him on different parts where he's just standing there, which doesn't make much sense to me. And he looks just like Caleb mentioned earlier in the
William says
comments.
he looks fat.
He does look a little fat, doesn't he? But not only that, but he looks like a PS3 or like a video game cutscene is what he looks like. He doesn't look quite real. I guess is the problem that I have. I don't know if it's because of the white suit. Is it
It's the first time we haven't seen anyone in white, and it's not forgiving.
So we've gotten red or black or yellow.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's the white suit that looks weird, because I really have been looking forward to seeing him, because I thought that the pictures looked awesome, but in the pictures that just came out the last couple days, they just looked a little off to me. And then the first time I see him, I didn't get to see him.
Yes, we do. To cut him off real quick.
Sorry.
Dennis said, guys, I like the stream. Do you guys stream every Tuesday? We stream every Tuesday to do Flash Live because people had recommended, hey, we can't, we want to watch it with you. That's why we can't show the TV, but we do love doing this. We talk during the commercials, and then we have a show afterwards called Talk Nerdy to Me, where we go through the show, what we thought,
worry about Godspeed anymore.
and then we talk about everything.
August Hart is in the custody of CCP.
On Thursdays.
Yeah, we do the Orville on Thursdays.
I still have a lot to learn, you know.
She got a fat belly.
You could train me.
I can't train you, Nora.
Her big belly.
There's just not enough time.
What are you talking about? You're...
Nora, my time on this earth is coming to an end.
$1 hour, 19 minutes, 30 seconds.
It's his last meal.
So much I wanted to ask you. So much that I still don't know. So much that my mom has lied to me about.
You have no idea.
What do you know? Tom, please, you may be the only person left in my life who won't lie to me.
Nora, how much do you really know about the Flash?
She gets the costume.
Yep. Flash suit version 19.
16.
That's where she brings him back the suit.
Yep.
So give him version 19 where it brings the chin piece back.
Exactly.
That's the way that she brings back. That's what it is.
Well, it's technically
Wink, wink.
we should be able to look at it. See if it does anything.
Good evening, Nora West Allen.
Hi. Do you know who I am?
Of course, Nora West Allen, daughter of Iris West and Barry Allen, also known as the Flash.
Well, so,
she didn't know?
Did you just say my father, Barry Allen, was the Flash?
Would you like me to play your video message, Nora West Allen?
My message?
Yes, from your father, Barry Allen.
Yes.
Nora, don't let her have much time. If you're watching this, give me a cheer like me. You have powers. It also means I wasn't there to help you learn how to use them. I wasn't there for a lot of things. Remember, my sweet Nora, always remember, I love you. I always will.
It was red skies.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see your dad. case we both couldn't solve. It was my idea to come here and make it right.
Okay.
Can I have a minute alone with Nora?
Of course.
That's cool for spankings.
How many times
Sorry
did you
about
go
that
back
fire
in
hall,
time?
but he's our lunch.
How many times?
After the night of the enlightenment.
5, maybe 6.
Even knowing he killed my mother.
Dad.
I understand. Coming back to meet me, the team. I do. I can understand going to Thawne to learn how to do it, but you kept going back. Even after you knew he did, even after he wasn't your only option anymore. And the worst part is you lied to us every time.
Dad,
I don't trust you, Nora. I can't have anybody here with us that I don't trust anymore.
what are you saying?
It's time for you to go home.
Please don't do this. I promise I will never see Thawne again. Dad, don't do this.
No, she's gonna try and get fun.
If you try to run back in time again, I will feel it in the Speed Force. I'll know. Goodbye, Nora.
She's gonna get fun off her phone a little bit.
Yeah. There's something else that we don't know though.
Yeah. And show it now.
So she finally came clean.
That smile.
Or did you figure it out all by yourself?
One wasn't enough. You had to try to take my daughter from me, too.
My daughter! I need you to react like this. Boy, so emotional, which is why I had her keep all of this from you. You can't blame the little runner, Barry. She just wanted to spend some time with her dad. Don't hold that against her. Consider it a condemned man's last request.
You always thought you were so much smarter than us, Thawne. But you lost. So now you're finally gonna get what you deserve.
I'd say no, she's like 15 minutes or whatever.
Nope,
This is Nathan D. Parsons. Roswell, New Mexico
Nora's
is
gonna
all
do
new
something.
coming up next.
Because
on
she's
CW.
desperate.
Hold on, preview for this.
You took our daughter back to the future?
I can't trust her. She lied to us for months.
I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye.
Well, your dad was wrong.
We got a big problem.
Flash, all new next Tuesday at 8, 7 Central on the CW.
Apparently the Jurassic Park balls take you back to the future. GDO X Dupe said so instead of Barry dying, Oliver dies.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. You're right, Caleb. That was surprisingly.
But
I mean, I get it.
it's weird because like as a parent and then also like watching it. But can I just say again how much I love freaking Grant Gustin and his acting chops? He doesn't make the gross bad crying face. He's believable, and I get choked up watching him. I love his acting. Oh my god. But it makes me wonder what the heck is going to happen because there's 9 minutes left still on his death sentence.
Yeah.
And he's smiling like there's something that he's holding
Exactly.
back.
Exactly. There's something there. There's something there that we don't know yet.
Yep.
That still has to come out. And
like Barry said, you always thought you were smarter than us.
Yeah.
And if he got caught, he probably got caught on purpose.
The fastest Flash said, spoiler, Nora gets Thanos snapped.
Spoiler alert, what's his name? Ralph shrinks himself down really small and finds Thanos and expands inside
The
Thanos.
fastest Flash says, I mean, Nora kind of cute though, so like...
You know, in the trailer, one thing I noticed is they showed a yellow boot before they showed Nora's.
Was it yellow or was it kind of white? Because I thought that it might be Godspeed.
Dennis said, guys, I think what was happening was they were under attack by someone or somebody, and I have a theory they will not show us Barry create Gideon. That is sad. No, sorry, Nora. Death. I told you.
Yeah. Let's watch this again, and then we're gonna bring the camera closer, and we're gonna do our recap. So, okay, yeah. So that's Nora.
You're right. They probably posted it on. Yeah, they posted it already.
Caleb said, plot twist. Godspeed is Nora's long-lost twin brother. That's why his lightning triggered her powers.
But they said that his lightning didn't trigger her powers.
Yeah, it was the dampener.
She always had it. It was the dampener
dampener.
that came out of her shoulder when he shocked her in the beginning.
Yeah. So she always had the powers. It was the dampener that was keeping her from...
You still have to watch like the first 5 or 10 minutes just to kind of catch up and see.
And I will.
And then Dennis also said, guys, I think Nora will free Thawne, and she will join his side and fight them, and I think Wally will come back to the season.
I think at the end we're going to get like a speech.
Thank you, Fastest Flash. They said, y'all are dope. I'm a sub and turn on notification. Notice.
Awesome. Awesome. Glad to have you here with us for sure.
And Sweet V City XY says, Iris looks so hot even when she's old.
Maybe that is Nora's suit.
Is that Nora's suit or is that... Yeah, because she has a yellow...
Oh, Dennis said the same thing, Ina.
What's that?
Dennis also said, same guy, I am too.
Yeah.
Meaning sub and notification.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. You guys rock.
Fastest Flash says, I mean, Iris kind of cute though, so like...
I was feeling cute, so I ran back in time and deceived my whole family.
To see my longer haired self. Alright.
I might show you how fast I can run later. Alright, we're going to set up the camera here and go ahead and go into our review. What we do here, for those of you who are new to our Tuesday night Flash viewings, we watch the Flash. Kind of where this all started was we used to just do a review after the Flash was over, and then everybody started saying, hey, we want to watch the Flash with you. So we said, yeah, let's do that. So we started watching the Flash. So then what we do is we do our review afterwards. We kind of break down some stuff, talk about that kind of stuff, and then we talk about all things nerd for the week, and there's lots of stuff to talk about. I mean, we got Star Wars news, we got Endgame stuff going on, we got, obviously the Flash is back tonight, and then it's been a little while since we've actually talked about some stuff, so we've got Felicity Smoke leaving Arrow.
Woo!
And John Diggle's possibly leaving Arrow.
Yeah, so lots of really interesting things. So let's go. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the camera here.
It's not DC or Star Wars or anything, but it's Nintendo. Is the first DLC fighter for Smash Bros. Just got announced like release date. The fighter.
Sorry there, guys.
The fighter.
Sure, that looked interesting.
For anyone that plays Smash Bros, the first DLC fighter. It looks like the release date got announced like 2 minutes ago.
Do you want middle or outside? Are you going behind?
Yeah.
Set up the camera here. Sorry, guys. Usually we turn everything off and then come back, but
it's been an interesting night, so.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna do this tonight. What's that?
My charger's right by your foot.
Oh, okay.
Yep. GDO said you dropped the soap, buddy.
I did. Then I had the guts to pick it up. Sorry, guys. This is like all out of whack. Okay.
Firehawk says the fastest Flash about to say everyone in the CW is kind of cute though, so like.
That's how you get on the CW.
Exactly.
You just gotta be a little bit of cute. All right. That camera spin effect was directed by Michael Bay.
Nice.
I like it. I like it. Awesome. Thank you so much. Who was that just said that they just subbed?
Dennis and...
Somebody just said that they just subbed just now.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, Dennis. Okay.
Dennis Sandville and...
Sorry, we're using because I wasn't home. Man, I'm sorry, guys. Because I wasn't home in time, we're using Isaac's phone, and so usually, so I apologize for all of that stuff. Okay, so pretty good episode, guys. What did you guys think?
I really enjoyed it.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Fastest Flash said, I mean, like, they all kind of cute, though, so, like, no homo, though.
No homo, though. Nice.
Just let you know, my phone might start.
Start what? Start what? Sorry, there's my hand. There's my hand. For those of you who wondered what my hand looked like up close. Shout out Extra Air. What's up? Always need extra air.
Heck yeah.
Always need extra air. So, all right. So, yeah, this is a pretty good episode.
Firehawk said I subbed a while ago because of your Flash vids and DC Marvel.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. We're so glad that you guys are here. I tell you what, I am Dab.
Firehawk said, by the way, guys, can I buy that jumper off Isaac?
His hoodie?
We got those at Walmart, actually. They're super cheap.
Yeah, we got the. Yeah, actually, they were only $12 at Walmart. So.
Sean texting me, DeAndre, Jocelyn.
Everybody's texting Isaac right now. So, you like that hand?
Joker was announced.
Well, guess what? There's another one right here. You know what? So that's a really good question. Muay Thai Jedi. I don't know why they are. My only guess that they haven't made it available around the world, the DC universe.
Really good extra air.
The DC universe. My only guess is that Warner Brothers is starting their own, right? So my guess is that eventually the DC universe is going to be folded into the Warner Brothers streaming service. And so they're not really going to do a lot more with the DC streaming service until they do that. And then it'll all be one package together. That's my guess, because then you can get everything. They're going to have to do something, though, because I don't know. I can't remember if I saw, because Disney, tell you what, let's finish this about the episode, and then we'll talk about all that stuff, all right? How's that sound? Because there's the Disney streaming service. Lots of stuff came out about that this week. Lots of nerd stuff going on this week. Okay, so episode. Tiffany, what was your favorite part of the episode?
Honestly, and I don't want to say this to like bum you out until you get to see it, but I actually like the beginning of the episode.
Yeah.
Because it kind of,
the one part I didn't see.
Because it brought us back to 3 weeks ago when we all kind of were like, what? And, you know, he threw her in the cell and everything. And so it's to start where we left off, and then to kind of take us right back to the, you know, back to the future is the way I like to say it. Back for her, forward for us, or for the, you know, Team Flash. But to kind of see where she came from, where she was working, why she was going to the museum, and then their first encounter with Godspeed, and just, you know, seeing how she kind of was like her dad. I mean, she was trying to figure things out with her future tech, and so I kind of like that little taste of 2049 more than just, hey, I'm going back to talk to Thrawn, and now I'm coming back.
Yeah.
So, or not Thrawn, Thawne. Wrong,
yeah. Wrong franchise.
Yeah.
Wrong franchise.
He's not blue.
He's not blue.
So.
Yeah, Disney Plus, yes. Isaac, what was your favorite part?
Ooh, I'd probably say the Reverse Flash scenes. I really enjoyed those.
They bring back feelings of the original first season Flash.
Yeah, especially at the very
Roderick.
end between Barry and Thawne. As Thawne said, you were very emotional, Barry, and
yes,
and I know how to use that to your advantage.
Yes,
I know how to use that to my advantage, and that's why he knew that if he teamed up with Nora, that would affect him, especially since that's his daughter. Yeah, with Reverse Flash is one of my favorite DC villains, so I just really enjoy his scenes whenever we get him on the Flash.
Yeah. So I really liked the storytelling.
Yeah.
Really, to be honest with you, as opposed to just one particular scene. I'm really glad that we did in fact get Godspeed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me too.
Even though some of the CGI was a little suspect, I'm really hoping that that we see more of this, that we get more backstory, and I feel that the Godspeed will probably play a bigger role next year.
Yeah.
And
that's what you were saying too when we were talking earlier today.
Yeah, but we're introduced to him now, and then we'll get more of that character as we go forward. To finish out this year, finish out this season, and then move forward.
I also liked and disliked the video that Barry left for her when she realized, wait a minute, my dad is the Flash. Yeah. When she was watching that, you saw the tears in Barry's eyes and saying that I love you, and if you see this, you're a speedster, but I'm not there to raise you. And so that was kind of like a touching moment, but that was also, in a weird way, one of my favorite things too.
Yes. So, so I like the storytelling. I like how they showed going back and forth, showed the future, showed the current thing.
Was Danny Cisco in that episode?
He was there. But he was just kind of a background character.
Well, I know Panda Baker was background, but she also directed this episode.
Yes.
So
yeah, she directed this episode. So I think one of the biggest questions is who. Well, we know now that it's not Michael Rosenbaum.
Yeah,
it was
because
that guy that we saw at the beginning of the episode.
Well, the voice and the guy that they showed who was playing his alter. So that's going to be different too, because.
We'll talk about that in a few minutes, but yes.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be different too then, like how they present that. So I don't know, but all right, Tiff.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this episode?
I would give it a strong 7.
Strong 7? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not 8, 9, 10 like it's been in those couple episodes where we were just like, what, the entire episode. But it was one of those things where I kind of agree with William. The very beginning was good, and the very ending was good, and it had you. I mean, when he was sitting there, bantering back and forth with Barry at the end, when Barry dropped her off in her future, and if you try and leave, and I'm gonna feel it in the Speed Force, I'm gonna smack you back into the future, kind of thing.
Yes.
And then while I'm here, I might as well, go talk to to Thawne, and to see him even scream like, "You're gonna take my own daughter away from me!" So it's like. Those intense scenes in the beginning. Middle was meh, even though she lost. The only thing that was emotional there was that she lost her friend, and I'm wondering if she's going to be able to do anything to rectify that with this going back and forth, or if she's just going back and that's not going to be a thing, and it was more to see her dad than to save her friend. So
yeah.
But I would say at least a strong 7.
Yeah. Isaac, what do you say?
I'd probably say
hoping
7
we get an 8
also.
or 9 next week.
I felt like it was rushed and slow at the same time, as I felt like they spent too much time on some things in the episode.
Yeah.
And then rushed on the important things.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
But they still got the point across in the important things. So it was like, they got the point across, but they rushed it.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
She also looks like she's going to go crazy next week because it's like when her mom goes back in the future to help her and she screams, Dad can't stop loving me.
I also love that.
Speedster equivalent of I'll knock you in the middle of next week. Literally, I'll knock you into 2049.
William said smack her back.
Do like the Injustice type move where everyone's back in time. Come up a little bit, goes back to the future, and then.
Yeah. So, did you have another comment there, Isaac?
No, I don't really have anything else.
Okay. So from what I saw, obviously I missed the first 15 minutes. Yeah. But from what I saw, I would also have to probably say a
Caleb
7.
Said the speedster equivalent of I'll smack you into next week.
Yeah, that's what I said there. That's what I saw. I saw his comment. So I would probably say a 7 as well. I was anticipating a 10. But I do want to go back. Caleb just mentioned, just said exactly what I was going to say. I do want to go back and watch those first 15 minutes and then kind of make a decision of what I think of the episode as a whole.
Like that first scene was really good.
Yeah, but from what I've seen, it looked like like you said, a strong 7. It wasn't a weak 7. It was a strong 7.
Like 7 bordering on 8, but not quite an 8.
But you couldn't give it that.
When you do a year review, I was like, want to give it an 8 or want to give it a 7. I was like,
Still a good episode. Not the best episode this season. It felt, the whole episode kind of felt out of place for the season.
It felt the same way that the killer shark, the shark and Gorilla Grodd, King Shark and Gorilla Grodd episode was. Like the Godspeed and the King Shark and Gorilla Grodd should have been big, beefy, phenomenal episodes, and they were just, you know.
Yeah, which is weird because they've had episodes
they
that
hyped them up and then
that didn't have as much hype, that were so much better. But like you said, when we've been waiting all year for the Gorilla Grodd versus King Shark episode, and that episode was like, okay, I think we gave it an 8, and then this, I mean, this is Godspeed. We've been like so wanting Godspeed, and then we get it, and it's like, it's good. Yeah. But you know, we want to see more, right? So, yeah. So what do you guys think? What do you guys give it? I see some.
Firehawk said my review is blank out of 10 because I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Some of you guys had issues with with not being able to see the episode. Yeah. 69 out of 10. Yeah. There's something there.
Caleb says, can you give us your thoughts on Disney Plus to start off? Talk nerdy to me. Will you be getting it? Are you excited? Thoughts on The Simpsons moving there exclusively?
Okay, yes. So
it comes out November 12th.
So
right before Christmas.
Disney Plus. I was on the fence with the Disney Plus thing. I'm one of those people that I'm a little done with everybody getting their own streaming service. Yeah. Because the whole point of streaming services was supposed to be, hey,
Firefox,
you don't have to get cable now, right? Because you can get these streaming services, and that can help you and bring down your cable bill or whatever. You still have to get, you know, high-speed internet, but, you know, it'll help out, right?
Yeah. And then now it's like they have exclusive shows.
It's completely taking away that advantage, totally. And now when you got Disney taking like all of their stuff and basically taking all their toys out of the Netflix sandbox, right? And saying,
exactly, William,
we're going to take all of our toys and we're going home. We're going to our own channel. If you want to be able to watch this, 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 and this, and now all of the Fox stuff, you're going to have to come to us. I will say this: Disney has a great price point at $6.99.
Yes, which is cheaper than other.
That's much cheaper than pretty much everybody else. So, so I like that. You know what sells me on the Disney thing? Because I don't need to see all the Disney movies. We own so many movies. I mean, all the movies that are going to be on, like all the Star Wars movies. I own them.
Cartoons also, original Disney movies.
Yeah, I mean, we've got you know, the cartoons. We've got all these things.
But not
right?
all of them, and I'll be able to watch my favorite ones.
Yeah, you'll be able to watch them. And a lot, you know, and so a lot of these other Fox movies and things like that, the ones that we really like, we own it. But 2 words: The Mandalorian.
Yep. I'm excited for that, and also one thing I wasn't really excited at first, but I kind of am now, like hearing about them, is the Marvel shows.
Yeah, well, and so that's the thing. So that's what started it, though. Was for me was the Mandalorian.
Yep.
Fastest Flash says that I'm just living in the Caribbean. This is the first time I'm hearing about Disney Plus.
Oh. Yeah, so Disney Plus is going to start a streaming service. What I also thought was interesting was they announced, because everybody is talking about the fact that, you know, I mean, the biggest thing that came out of the Fox merger to us as fans was the fact that Marvel can now use
X-Men and
Fantastic Four. All those characters can now be in the MCU. And so that's a huge deal to us. Come to find out, Bob Iger comes out this week and says, nah, that's not why we bought him. We don't. That was a side thing completely. That it's like, okay, that's okay. A bonus. They simply bought Fox because of Disney Plus to boost up their streaming service. That is the only reason. Bob Iger said if we had not decided to start our own streaming service, we wouldn't have bought Fox. But because we were doing our own streaming service, we wanted to beef that up. We wanted to have as much as we possibly could in there. And now we have that. And now Disney controls so much. And like you said, The Simpsons, which...
They're not like Family Guy to me.
This isn't... Well, but here's something else. I just saw last night we love Family Guy, right? We love Bob's Burgers. We love a lot of those
Dad.
Fox shows. You know,
American
Dad
Boy.
is now on TBS. But guess what? That's getting ready to move.
Move where?
That's the thing. It's getting ready to move all to Fox and Disney-owned networks. And somebody just mentioned it there. Who said
Rest
it?
in peace, Adult Swim.
Yeah, Chicken Nugget. So
Rick and Morty.
all those shows that are on Adult Swim, they're all leaving Cartoon Network. Yeah. Family Guy is leaving Cartoon Network,
Fastest Flash
which is a
says Rick and
shame
Morty.
because
Yeah, 'cause
if
that's
it
where we
wasn't
watch all of
for
our reruns.
if it wasn't for TBS
Why are they
and
leaving?
for Cartoon Network, especially Cartoon Network, because Cartoon Network kept Family Guy on when they got canceled the last time, and that's what people responded to and actually watched the show and actually got it back on the air with new episodes.
Fastest Flash said Rick and Morty will never leave my soul.
Yeah. So now, like, Tiffany used to joke and say, we need to buy all the episodes of Family Guy to have them on DVD because one day it won't be on. The days of Family Guy being on literally like 2, 3, 4 times a night are going to be gone.
Why? Why are they
Because
leaving?
they're putting them all on Fox and Disney owned. I mean, Disney owns it all, but on like the Fox and Disney
So technically,
networks.
couldn't we watch it on Disney Plus?
Well, it'll probably be on Disney Plus, yes. But as far as being on regular television, it's going to be on these other channels, and everybody doesn't have
Caleb
those
says
channels.
the Orville is apparently moving to ABC or FX. They haven't decided. Hulu is also being considered.
Yeah, so I really hope it doesn't move to FX because that needs to be on broadcast
If it gets
television.
renewed, point Dexter.
It needs to be on broadcast television, and it better get renewed because that show is the best thing on television right
I think
now.
the season finale is this week.
Yes,
'cause I thought they
this
said
week
2 more
is the
episodes,
season
so-
finale. That's
Yeah, it
right.
was last week and then
So
this week.
they need to bring back the Orville, and the Orville needs to be on broadcast television because that show deserves to be seen, and that show is, like I said, one of the best shows on
Yes.
television right now, hands down. So big changes are coming with this.
Caleb said it's a 2-part finale. It's
Okay.
got 2 weeks. It's not next week. I remember thinking there was only 2 left.
Yeah.
But imagine a place having Frozen and Family Guy in the same app. That's funny.
And one thing, I've seen this as a meme pop up this week because I follow so many Nintendo accounts.
Yeah.
Is they're like, it's funny, Disney Plus is going to Switch, but yet Netflix hasn't yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For all you Switch owners.
Yeah. So it's an interesting thing. A lot is going to change now, and you know, some things you just got to get used to because change happens, right? And so you don't like it at first, but change happens, and if you have the channels that Disney, if you like watching Family Guy,
change that includes Family Guy going anywhere.
so but it's going to change Adult Swim because Adult Swim has Bob's Burgers, Family Guy, you know, all these different shows.
Chicken Nugget is right. He said it's smart of Disney, but for their company, but it makes things complicated for us.
It does. I think in the short term it will, and it will change the way we watch television. Because if you're an Adult Swim watcher and you watch Cartoon Network, it's going to change what you watch and when you watch it. But I'm hoping that it really maybe kickstarts Adult Swim to add more stuff and to add better programming. And yes, and Rick and Morty is on Adult Swim, so I don't think Adult Swim is going anywhere. I don't think they're going to die.
Rick and Morty just signed on to do how many? Like
70 more episodes.
So
Yeah,
they're not going to just do that and then not have a network for that.
Yeah.
Muay Thai Jedi said Bob Iger wants us to watch The Mandalorian before Rise of Skywalker. Some people say that Denmark has the most expensive Netflix in the world, and it's not that good. Caleb says Disney Plus is for family-friendly content. Simpsons is TV PG. All TV MA streaming content will move to Hulu, given Disney owns 70% of Hulu now.
I can see that.
Jordan Farrell says, I will never get the Warner Brothers streaming service. Firehawk says Disney is screwing me up. They had Disney shows on Netflix, but they got rid of a lot because they're putting it on the new Disney streaming thing. So they're asking me to pay for another one.
Yep, that's pretty much it, too. They're nickel and diming
Flash
us.
said 70 more episodes. Are you serious?
Yes, that was the order, was 70 more episodes of Rick and Morty.
Jordan says Warner Brothers Gremlins, the animated series, will be a streaming exclusive. Jordan says, dang it, you got me. Dennis says, guys, but I don't think that they should remove it because I think it will not change to add more stuff that they should have, like movies and stuff people will watch.
Yep. Yeah.
And then, William, have you guys seen the meme about how Disney is going to own everything by 2030?
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, I don't think that... Do you guys think that this...
Flash said yes, 70 more.
Yes. I know, I'm excited.
Rub-a-dub-dub.
Rub-a-dub-dub.
I can't say that.
I'm non-Disney Rick. So, but do you guys think that The Simpsons is that much of a draw?
No. They're in,
Disney?
what, season 30?
No.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing,
20.
guys. Don't get me wrong. I love The Simpsons, especially the early. I mean, I watched The Simpsons for years, right? For the first 2 decades or whatever. But I really, man, show us what you got.
Caleb says.
Swifty.
Caleb says Disney didn't cancel the Marvel Netflix shows. Netflix did as a retaliation for Disney Plus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fastest Flash is like 70.
So here's another thing. With that, I just had something here that I needed to think of, and I guess got.
Caleb says yes. I've never seen The Simpsons, and I'll definitely watch it.
You've never seen The Simpsons, Caleb?
I've seen a handful of episodes.
So here's the thing. I think again, something about Disney Plus that's a huge plus is the Marvel shows that we're going to get on there that have the big names who are in the movies. Like when you've got Loki and you've got actual Avengers and not like television versions or
not like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, it's not Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's not like just talking about it. You have the actual people coming in. Awesome, Dennis. I'm so glad, man. That's what we do, man. That's what we do.
We like to nerd out.
And we love to nerd out and talk about it. So, but yeah, you're gonna have all these Marvel shows. What is Flash?
He says Simpsons crossover with Rick and Morty. Now that's how we're gonna make more money here.
Also, though, I mean, because you're gonna have the Mandalorian. What did you guys think of the Mandalorian?
That was so stinking awesome.
I didn't watch that video recording yet.
So here's my thing about the Mandalorian.
Your homework is to do that before you go to bed tonight.
If you haven't seen our video about the Mandalorian, where we do our review of the
Did you see what Jordan said?
Thing that was released.
Sure.
I did see that. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But if you haven't seen our review of the Mandalorian, I think it looks great. I wish it had been Boba Fett. Now, I know that there are people who are totally over Boba Fett. They're done with Boba Fett for some reason. It seemed like everybody left that party, but I'm still there.
Did you see what they said, like where Mandalorian takes place in the timeline?
Yes, right. 5 years after Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
So
Tasty.
I like that. I definitely want to see that. Hey, man, thanks, Chicken Nugget. Thanks, Brendan. But yeah, but the Mandalorian looks phenomenal. It looks really great. It looks like Star Wars.
It looks movie quality.
The one that I'm confused about is the Cassian Andor show.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that I need a Cassian Andor show.
Mm-mm.
And I'm interested in how.
But you know you're gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch it, and I'm interested in how KTSO is gonna fit into that, because in the comics they meet shortly before the events of Rogue One, so, and it's been official that Tudyk is coming back to voice K2SO. So I don't know if they're changing something there. I love K2SO. Don't get me wrong. I love K2SO. One of literally my favorite droids now. But I'm not sure how that's gonna fit. So I don't know. But it looks like Disney Plus is really going to be something to be reckoned with right away. Now, you got to remember, though, they've said, though, that it's going to be segmented. So it's not just going to be one, it's going to be one streaming service, but you're going to have, like, these sub-services in it. So you're going to have yeah, like Hulu, you're going to have the Disney cartoons, and you're going to have Disney live-action movies, and you're going to have the Marvel section and the Star Wars section and all these things down the line. And I think that that's going to be a huge selling point for it, for sure. Yeah. Any other thoughts on Disney Plus before we move on?
I like what Dennis said about the other stuff, though.
I have a theory about talking about Flash. I have a theory. Will Flash have a crossover with just the Legends? I think Martin Stein and Wally, Jesse Quick, Jay Garrick to help them stop Cicada and Godspeed, and more people will help them.
That'd be awesome, because he's not on Legends right now anymore, but he is on Orville. Not for the same character, but
yeah, he's great on Orville. He's great on Orville. So we're gonna go along. This is the Talk Nerdy to Me segment. So as you guys have things that you guys want to talk about that happened this week in nerddom,
Muay Thai Jedi said Jon Favreau and I share the same birth date, October 19. Freak yeah.
That's cool. So one of the things we want to talk about real quick that Jordan mentioned is Jordan is producing. For those of you who don't know, the rest of you do know, is that Jordan is producing a fan film of Scooby-Doo. An animated fan film of Scooby-Doo that I am a part of, and I'm a producer on. He made me a producer on it, so rock on. But I voice a character on that, and so you're going to want to be looking for that. It's called The Backstage Rage. If you're new to the channel, find one of our videos. We've got... she wasn't saying that to the Backstage Rage.
No, I'm
sorry. They got the Tiger game on back here.
The Tigers lost by 2 points in the 10th.
They didn't lose yet.
No, they didn't lose yet.
No.
I thought they did.
No,
okay.
They just scored.
Sorry.
But but look for look for our reviews and our reaction videos for that for the Backstage Rage here, because Jordan has done a tremendous job. And Jordan, we still need to make up our interview day. We were going to do an interview over on the Facebook channel, Facebook page. For those of you who don't know, we are on all the social media. We are on Instagram, we're on Twitter, and we are on Facebook. If you go to facebook.com/Poindexter Lounge, you can find us there. And we are going to do a live interview, hopefully, probably next week. Yes, and Instagram, we are at Poindexter Lounge.
Yep. And we also have separate ones. You are...
I'm Enosh Fett 1.
I am at Grand Tiff Tarkin.
Yep.
And Isaac?
Isaac R6292.
Yep. So, and those are all, those are in all of the descriptions of all of our videos.
So you can follow us, talk to us, friend us.
Yep. So all of those are at those. Okay, so be looking for that, because I tell you what, guys, I've seen what Jordan is doing with the Backstage Rage, and if you like Scooby-Doo at all, you're gonna like this. And if you like Adult Swim, you're very much gonna like this, because it's done very much in the style of Adult Swim. All right, let's see. Caleb says, I'm also excited for the nonfiction shows. Encore looks cool. A musical Broadway reality competition show, The World According to Jeff Goldblum.
Yes, yes.
Yes. And a bunch of Disney documentary shows. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of things on the Disney
Jordan
Plus.
said it's PG-13 after all. Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Fast as Flash and Zoinkies.
Zoinkies. Like Zoinks, man. Like, what are they going to talk about on a PG-13 thing of Scooby-Doo? What's in the Scooby snacks, man? Like, I feel funny. But yeah, so look for that coming soon. We'll definitely have more of that. So now, let's talk Star Wars. Star Wars Episode 9.
Jesus, The Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of Skywalker. Guys, so I'm going to tell you something. I love Star Wars. Those of you who've been around the channel for a while.
Sketchy Newt says, what is this?
What is what?
Maybe us? I don't know.
What is what? What is us?
I don't know.
What is who?
This is us.
Sketchy Newt, good to see you. Welcome. This is what we call Talk Nerdy to Me. After we watch The Flash live on Tuesday nights, and after we watch The Orville live on Thursday nights, we do this segment called Talk Nerdy to Me. After we review the episode of whatever we're watching, we talk about all things nerd in the news. And so that's what we're doing right now. We're just kind of breaking things down. We just got done talking about Disney Plus, and right now we're going to talk about Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker.
The Fastest Flash said you sound like a mix of Shaggy and Morty. I love it. And
Rub-a-dub zoinks!
Dennis said, can you guys do movie reviews? Or review movies? There's a lot of those on the channel, too.
Yes, we have a lot of movie reviews.
Ton.
You'll find there's many playlists on the channel here. We do movie reviews, we do TV reviews, we do toy reviews, because I'm a big toy collector.
Good luck, Dennis.
I do some things on what I call the toy room, and I review toys and various things in there. And then yes, we have our TV and movie reviews as well. So we do all that on the channel. So
and we also do movie reviews called Spoiled.
Yeah, so I invite you to, once we're off here, take a look around the channel.
Yes.
Go to the main page of the channel.
Take a gander.
And just take a look around and see what you can find, because we got a lot of
Ty the
different
Anime
things.
Speedster says, here's a thought. Maybe Nora is going to become the Red Death.
This version of the Red Death?
Because she's mad and angry with her dad throwing her back into the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that, except for I think there was a casting thing that went out
they
for...
made a casting call this past week.
For
someone that sounds very similar to Red Death.
I mean, I could see that
Yeah.
if they were going for like a different kind of vibe. For, if they didn't want to use Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
That version of Bruce Wayne.
With him,
but they did do a casting call for it. So.
Yeah.
Caleb says, while the prequels is the trilogy is my personal favorite. I love every piece of Star Wars content, Legends, canon, Infinities, etc. I love it all.
Yeah. So I am.
And Sketchy, it's because we have our Tiger game on in the background. That's the only reason why. It's the bottom of the 10th, and we're behind by 2.
Yeah, they're watching that. So, so here's the thing. Star Wars, to me, has been a huge part of my life. And, hey, look, everybody's got a different part of Star Wars that is their favorite. But I have really enjoyed the sequel trilogy, to be honest with you. I mean, the original trilogy, to me, will always be... it, right? I mean, The Empire Strikes Back to me is pretty much the perfect movie.
I'm loving 7, 8, 9.
I am hard pressed really to find anything wrong with The Empire Strikes Back. Honestly.
Because it's your favorite.
It is. But I mean usually even if there's a movie that I love, I can still look at it in an objective way and say, okay, well, this is something I didn't like, this is something I didn't like. I love the pacing of that movie. I love how that movie's presented. I love the characters. I love the story of that. I love where it goes. I love pretty much everything about it. No, they do crossover. That they're talking that they will do it. Dennis, I'm not sure what you mean. Before I leave, I need to...
Because he was getting ready to leave, he's got to take a test.
Okay, I need to know, will they do the crossover that they were talking, and when will they do... You mean, are you talking about Crisis on Infinite Earths? Because Crisis on Infinite Earths is the next crossover.
That's not till end of this year or next year?
It's next season. It's next season. So it's supposed to be October, right?
Of next year.
Of next year.
Yeah,
or this year.
October.
Well, this year.
This
It'll
coming
be
year.
of next season, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like October, November is normally when the...
He said, yeah, that one. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Yep, that one's coming. So, thanks, Dennis. We're glad to have you, man.
Thanks for subbing, too.
Yeah, Star Wars is one of those things, even the ones that you don't like very much, eventually they start to get to you and they start breaking you down and you start liking them. Like, I was never really a big fan.
We go live 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're up in Michigan, so we watch Flash live with everybody because it was something that they brought to our attention. We used to just do this little part here, but it's something that everyone said, well, we want to watch it with you. So we go live, and then we do a Talk Nerdy to Me after we go through the episode of The Flash and what we thought of it.
Yeah, so here's my
9:40.
Here's my thing with Star Wars. I was never a big fan of Attack of the Clones, and then a couple years ago I watched Attack of the Clones, and it was like it just clicked for me, right? And it was the first time that I really, really loved. Thanks, Sketchy.
Did you see what Muay Thai Jedi said?
No, what did Muay Thai?
How do you guys think Palpatine will appear in Rise of the Skywalker?
Yes.
Force Ghost or younger clones like in the Dark Empire comic books?
I'm hoping it's clone.
I saw a theory about that.
I'm clone, and I really like this. I saw that same theory. Why don't you go ahead and share that because and then we're gonna talk about
Nerdy.
what does it mean The Rise of Skywalker. So go ahead.
Okay. Yeah.
Plus me and Landon.
Basically, the theory is that there's possibly 2 clones of Palpatine.
Yeah, it says it's a clone Palpatine, but it's still the consciousness of Palpatine. And it says, since they've been pulling stuff from the Legends stories, what if 2 clones of the Emperor survived the destruction of the second Death Star, and Palpatine transferred his consciousness, into one clone, and over the years he's been gaining everything back slowly, which is why he's just now showing up. It says, and he's bent the remains of the Death Star,
which you see.
Yeah.
It says, and then the other clone was deformed because of the crash, and the Emperor made that clone Snoke. Because the only power that we see from Snoke is the Force. We don't see electricity. We don't see anything else. And it says, and since Kylo Ren betrayed...
Well, we do see electricity.
I think we did from Snoke.
Yeah, because he zaps...
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It says, and since Kylo Ren betrayed his master in the classic
That might be a
Sith way,
hint, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, it says, and since Kylo Ren betrayed his master in the classic Sith way, that's why Palpatine shows up now to stop Ben from becoming redeemed and try to take over the galaxy again.
Yeah, so,
and then...
William says, I think he comes back inside Snoke.
And then I showed you guys this picture.
So, William, I agree with you. Oh, yeah. Hold that picture. So, I agree with you, William, that to this point, we've only seen dark side users, Sith and whatnot, come back by having possessed items.
Yeah.
But we have to remember that we're supposed to see
cheat death.
We're supposed to see things that we've never seen before. So I'm hoping that it's the clone angle and that we get something similar to
Man. Sorry.
Kind of doing something here.
I know, but Cabrera could have taken that.
Tiger's almost walked it off.
So but no, so I'm hoping that it's that angle, because I would like to see them do that Dark Empire thing, because I really like the Dark Empire angle and the whole idea of he transfers his consciousness and like he's able to cheat death and all those things. I love the visuals. I love the fact that we're seeing the crashed wreckage of the
okay, I like the last
Death
two.
Star of the Death Star.
Muay Jedi says, I think maybe Palpatine created Rey the same way he created Anakin by influencing the midichlorians to create life. And Caleb said, the Emperor comes back Ant-Man in Endgame style and pops out Snoke's butt.
So let's talk about what the rise of Skywalker means, because I find...
Me and Landon came up with some ideas.
I find that it's an interesting... It definitely was a title that took me off guard. I was not expecting it, because everybody's been talking about, and they keep reiterating that
the titles have to do with the movie.
That this is the end of the Skywalker saga, right? This is the end of the main saga that we've been used to. This is the culmination of all 9 movies are ending with this. So when all of a sudden you hear the rise of Skywalker, like, does that mean a new Skywalker? Does that mean that they're going to say that Rey is a Skywalker now? Some people have said it's going to be Ben. I don't see that.
Says the rise of Skywalker might have something to do with Ben Swallow.
See, I don't think it has to do with Kylo, because even though he technically is a Skywalker, he's from the Skywalker line, he's not a Skywalker. He's a Solo, and he's a Kylo Ren now. So, and I really hope that he doesn't. I'm one of the people who hope that he doesn't get redeemed.
I hope so also, because that's something that we've been expecting since Force Awakens.
Yeah.
It's
so here's my take on it. We, I think, are going to see through this how Anakin came to be.
Yeah.
Because there's only 2 people who've actually been called Skywalker. Luke and Anakin in the prequels. Yep. I don't think it's going to be Luke. Luke has passed. And I've seen the thing that they think that they're going to rename the Jedi to Skywalkers, and although that there is the past there where in some of George Lucas's early writings they were not called Jedi, they were called Skywalkers. I get that. I don't think that's going to be it either, because it's called the Rise of Skywalker.
I still think
not like the Rise of the Skywalkers,
like,
or
I remember when Last Jedi was coming out, my friend DeAndre and I were like kind of go back and forth. He's like, "Oh yeah, no, Luke's not gonna die." And I was like, if you think about the title, if they were talking about multiple Jedi, they would call it The Last of the Jedi.
Not
Yeah.
The Last.
The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
I also
So
think...
the grammar also has a big part in the titles.
Firehawk also said Shimi Skywalker.
Yeah.
But I think that with what me and Landon were saying in the video when we watched the actual preview, we were talking about how in the stories that we wish would come to fruition, that we wish would come to the movies, is that Luke went off and was on his own island. Who's to say he still didn't marry
Mara Jade.
Mara Jade? And with Palpatine laughing at the end, Mara Jade was known as the Emperor's Hand. So maybe is this something that they can bring back Luke as a clone?
There is a character named Mara in this
yes.
movie. Carrie Russell is playing a character that has been referred to as Mara. So.
And it's also one of those things that maybe we can see that. Maybe we can bring, JJ can bring him back as a clone. And have that play out. If you're going to bring Palpatine back, do it.
So here's my thing. William, I'm kind of with you, buddy. Can you please text Landon and tell him that we're in the middle of this? So William, I'm with you on this. With some of the things that you said. So in the canon, as William stated, they went out of their way to put it in the comic books, and the comic books are, yes, canon. They are official. So Landon's going to get the idea that we're on live here pretty soon. So with that idea of the comic books stating that basically Palpatine created Anakin, it just came right out and said that, and made it pretty clear that he created him and put him in Shimi. And so, given that, I feel that this is going to show us more of that. Yeah. I think it's going to show us, since they're bringing back the Emperor, if we don't get the actual physical Emperor in this, but maybe it's a flashback, maybe it's holocrons, maybe it's holocrons showing us how Palpatine did it, and what the significance is of Anakin Skywalker. There's also rumors that Hayden Christensen,
which I told you one day, I'm starting to believe that now.
I am starting to believe that a little bit too. So I'm thinking that if Hayden Christensen is in this and they have that, that could very well be that this is the rise of Skywalker. We will find out why the Skywalker line is so important. Where it comes from, what is its significance, where is it going? That's my theory on it. Because like I said, they went out of their way, and the story group is all working together to make these things important.
William said, but Skywalker was a common name in the universe. That's why no one realized that Luke was related to Darth Vader. Firehawk. Derek Ackerman said, should Disney make a Disney movie before Luke, before everything, but it would be about the creation of the Sith? And Caleb said, just imagine that there's a line of Skywalkers that comes from Shimi's brother, and the current Skywalker from that line is like a total normal dude, but he has to Jedi up. And then hashtag doggo for president.
Should Disney make a Disney movie before Luke, before everything, but it would be about the creation of the Sith? I'd be fine with that. I think the next thing we're going to get, though, is going to be a Knights of the Old Republic or an Old Republic movie. I think that's why they hired the guys from Game of Thrones, and I think that's what we're going to get. I'm really hoping, even though I loved The Last Jedi, I'm hoping that Rian Johnson's trilogy does not go through, because I think it's too dividing. There's too many people who absolutely hate it, and I think it'll cause more issues and problems.
Caleb said, FYI, that was sarcasm.
Oh.
William says, I like that Rey's parents are nobodies because it follows Anakin's story and makes Darth Sidious even cooler.
That being said, I don't think that her parents are nobodies. You got that picture up there? Those pictures of the ships? I think that Rey was also created by Palpatine.
Palpatine?
Yes, because here's the thing. Palpatine...
Keep it this way.
Yeah, Palpatine was known to have all kinds of testings and secret projects done on Jakku. Okay?
No, I didn't, Derek.
What's that?
I was just answering Derek.
Oh, so he had all kinds of secret projects that he was doing on Jakku. That was part of the thing with Jakku. I think that Rey is part of that. And here's something interesting. Did you guys see this? If you remember this scene, I don't know if you guys can see it. You can't. No, you can't see it.
Lift it up a little bit. You can.
It's too bright. You can't see the ship. Can you see the ship?
Angle it down a little bit. In the top one where you can't see it is from The Force Awakens when she sees the ship take off. Yeah. When she's like, "Why are you leaving me?"
When she's
and
a little girl.
see that ship when she's a little girl. The second one is the same ship in the preview for The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, it's the same ship. It's the same ship. That ship that she sees as a little girl going, she's saying, no, don't leave. Let's see if we can show it here.
Fastest Flash said, Rey kind of cute.
So this, so this ship right here, this is from The Force Awakens when she has the flashback, and she sees the ship taking off away from her. That's the ship
saying no, don't leave.
Saying no, don't leave. Then we get that exact same ship right there.
Tilt it down a little bit because of the glare.
Exact same ship right there in the trailer for the Rise of Skywalker. It's the exact same ship, guys. I mean, look at this. This is amazing to me. I am.
Unless people caught it so quick.
Yeah, I am. Okay, let's see if I can get it just a little bit down here. See if I can get it on here. Maybe you can see it. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah. So you can see it's got the same engines. It's got the same little thing in the center. It's got you can't really see that one, but it's got the same little thing in the center. Yeah, it's got the same. It's got the same wings. It's got everything. So that's the same ship. So whoever's on that ship leaving her is in this ship flying to this city or whatever that we see down here.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Oh, how awesome was that? How many of you watched it live where they showed it?
I was in my car and the people next to me thought I was crazy. I had to roll down my window and say, I'm sorry, I'm watching a Star Wars trailer, and they thought I was nuts. Because I screamed when I was like, wait a minute, why is that a Joker laugh? Wait a minute, that's not Joker, that's Palpatine. And I just lost it in my car before I went back to work.
I lost it too. I like that idea, Caleb. You know, if they want to do Rian Johnson's thing on Disney Plus, I think they could probably get away with that because even the people who hate The Last Jedi will check it out. They'll watch it if it's on Disney Plus and they have Disney Plus. They'll watch that. I saw Hayden Christen's spoiler thumbnail for episode 9, but I didn't click on it. Probably clickbait anyways. I was hoping for a KOTOR movie trilogy someday without Rian Johnson for now. So my only thing in that is depends upon who put out the video that you were going to look at. If it's Mike Zero, you can't take that with a grain of salt. You have to take that with like a truckload of salt. Because basically, according to Mike, of course, you know, we could all be wrong, and they could literally have put everything in the kitchen sink into this movie, where everybody's in this movie. Everything that you could
watch Mike Zero's videos.
What's that?
They just watch his videos.
You do?
No, J.J. Abrams was just watching his videos and be like, "Oh yeah, we should put that in the movie."
Oh yeah, J.J. Abrams, I'm sure, was watching Mike Zero and said, you know, we should put all that stuff in the movie. Pretty much, he has said. And here's the thing, is you can't say, well, he's right about this or right about that, because when you say that literally everything is going to happen that you ever would want to see in a Star Wars movie, the movie would have to be 8 hours long.
At least.
Because Luke is, according to him, Luke is coming back. Yes, he said the Emperor was coming back, but he says Obi-Wan's coming back. He says Hayden Christensen's coming back. He says there's going to be a flashback with Luke, Han, and Leia. There's going to be just everything. It just makes your mind melt if you go back through some of his videos. So if he said it, I'd be careful of it. But he seems like a nice guy. Some of his early videos were okay, but you know, it is what it is.
Flash said, Han.
Han. Yes, I love that. I love that reference. That's a great reference.
We should do Mark Uno.
Yeah, I've actually thought about.
But don't say etc.
Yeah, well, if I do it, I have to say etc. I've thought about doing a separate channel called Mark Uno instead of Mike Zero, where I just say ridiculous claims about all kinds of different movies.
But claim it to be truth.
Yes, but claim it to be absolute truth. Give absolutely no sources or anything. Producers only.
No, the thing about it.
And Kathleen Kennedy strongly hinted that Benoit Weiss and Johnson are working in tandem. Yes, with their stories. I have a sneaky suspicion that Ryan is directing their movies, given that, yeah. I could see that, Caleb. Yeah, I saw that same thing, that they're all working together to make whatever's next. So that's very true. So yeah, but anyway, so I've been thinking about making this Mark Uno channel where I just say like random ridiculous things, like, you know, in Endgame, I could say things like, you know, we all know that Endgame, of course, produced by the Russo brothers, give every, you know, because Mike does that.
It shows Thanos in a Speedo.
Yeah. It shows Thanos will
Spanos?
Spanos, yes, Spanos. He changes his name to Spanos.
Jesse Spano.
He changes his name to Spanos, and he wears a thong so that Ant-Man can properly get up in his butt to be able to expand.
Firehawk said, "Do it, make the channel."
Do it, yes, do it, make the channel. You know, just say some random crazy stuff that, you know, not only that.
And watch that stuff not get dinged.
Well, no, of course we. Of course we. Yeah.
We should remember that.
It'd probably blow up.
They probably
would. We should remember that Doctor Strange saw millions of outcomes, and one of them
Spanos for president.
Spanos for president.
Totally new character. Totally new character.
Is it if Thanos and Jesse Spanos had a kid?
Yes. Rocket and what's her name? The blue chick.
Nebula.
Nebula have a child. But he's not blue, he's red. They name him Red Rocket.
Aww. Too soon. Spoiler, Spanos is Batman.
Yeah, I have no... Spanos. See, it writes itself. It really does write itself.
With anything.
The movie that comes out after Endgame is starting over.
Flash said LMFAO, Red Rocket.
The next movie after Endgame is, oops, we started again. Yeah, just random stuff. Anyways, I think that this trailer for The Rise of Skywalker looks amazing. Yes. The scene where she jumps over the TIE interceptor.
The TIE fighter. She turns away from it to run the same direction so she can flip backwards and kick.
Plus, a lot of that imagery, folks, you can go back and actually watch. I'm really glad that JJ is closing this thing out, because JJ had a lot of ideas that did not end up in The Force Awakens that are ending up in this, because he had a whole thing. The MacGuffin of The Force Awakens, you know, trying to find Luke Skywalker, they were actually supposed to find the Death Star on Endor, and it was going to be underwater, and they were going to have to go underwater and find the map that led them to Luke Skywalker, but they abandoned that for the way that they ended up doing the movie. So I like that now it looks like we're getting some of that back, which there's a lot of cutting room floor stuff, including Anakin Skywalker, Force Ghost, that he was supposed to be like, he was supposed to like kind of twitch in and out between Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker's, between the dark and the light. So like sometimes he was supposed to be, there's actually in the actual dictionary for The Force Awakens, there's actually a picture of it. There's concept art for that. So
Firehawk says, I wonder what happened to Han's dice. They're in my car.
They're in our car. Yeah. They are. So.
Because I have a pair of gold dice hanging from my car mirror.
Spanos is dark side. Yeah, dark side, yes. Dark side just shows up. Yeah, I know. A boom tube opens up at the end of Endgame, and it's dark side to say, I'll just do it myself.
He single-handedly defeats the Avengers.
He single-handedly defeats the entire Marvel universe. And it says, coming soon, another DC movie.
Muay Thai Jedi said, I want to see lightsaber duels underwater just like Kit Fisto did in Clone Wars. That'd and the fastest Flash said they got blick-cated.
They got blick-cated.
It's clickbaited.
Nice. Nice. I'd like to see some underwater.
Caleb said, breaking news, Disney has resurrected Michael Jackson and cast him as Magneto for Endgame.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. He's got that.
Flash and Mike Spanos have come to bargain.
And Mike Zero has that song at the end that it's like creepy and stuff. Gun in hand, we are alone. Watch that get tagged right now.
Yeah, really?
I'm not. But it's got to be the opposite, right? So with knife on foot, I am with lots of people again. Oh, yes, I am the one.
We'll have to.
We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
It's Bizarro.
Yeah, exactly. It's Bizarro Mike Zero. But so I think that this is going to be phenomenal. Call me a fanboy, whatever you want to call me. I love Star Wars. You know what? I just love Star Wars. I love all of it. So I hope that enough people see the trailer and realize that, you know what? It's not the end of the world. Even if you didn't like The Force or the Last Jedi, it's going to be okay. There's going to be more Star Wars, and it's going to be all right.
Caleb said Martin Uno Gonzalez, DC Comics Insider.
Just a bunch of crazy DC stuff, right? Like, in the next episode of The Flash, every speedster shows up, and they're all related to The Flash.
And the fastest Flash, Whispers fanboy.
Whispers fanboy, yes. You know what? I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I am a huge Star Wars fan. I got 2 rooms in my house dedicated to Star Wars. Got one my office is all nothing but toys and stuff from ceiling to floor, and our bathroom is a Star Wars bathroom. So even when I'm on the crapper, I'm using the Force. So. And
that means 2 things.
Yeah.
Firehawk says, I wonder if Mike Zero does it on purpose.
I think so too. I'm starting to think. Have you ever watched? I actually went back and watched Mike Zero's first few videos because they're all still on there.
He was crazy in the beginning.
No, he was not like that.
Well, not crazy like he is now. I'm talking like weirdo crazy.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was legit. He was like trying to do legit stuff. And then at some point he just got it. Like every video is the same. So I don't know. What was it? What did I see? Next episode of The Flash. What?
Next episode of The Flash, I will be dating Nora. Oh, who am I kidding? No one will believe that.
Love triangle. Nora.
And Muay Thai Jedi says I'm watching Endgame next Tuesday, midnight premiere.
Oh, yeah. Next episode of The Flash, love triangle between Reverse Flash, Nora,
and Derek Ackerman said, I would love to use your bathroom. Sorry for making it sound weird. If it makes you feel any better, right above the crapper is the picture of Han dipping, Leia and...
Yeah, it's the Empire Strikes Back.
Very romantic on the turlet.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that's that. Star Wars. I'm really looking forward to Star Wars. I'm looking forward to the Rise of Skywalker. I want to know what that means. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do to use Emperor Palpatine.
Caleb just said CW has greenlit a pilot for Green Lantern starring Ryan Reynolds and co-starring Michelle Obama as his love interest, gender-swapped Green Lantern Jones Stewart.
Nice. Tell you what, if you guys send me ideas, I might just do this. If you guys send me stuff that you guys would like to see, and I can just say, I got a source, etc.
And if we start blowing up and making money,
I might just put it on this channel.
We will be
Screw it. I'm just gonna put it on this channel.
We will start giving away more giveaways.
Oh my goodness! If we use your
and I agree with Firehawk. If they dare touch Thor.
If we use your idea, for a Mark Uno spot, we'll spit spot, whatever.
We'll have to make a Mark Uno figure.
I need a dartboard in the back. Like, he's got the worst production value ever. I'm sorry, it's so funny.
The fire crackling.
Well, no, he's got a dartboard in the back.
Crackling.
I know, I can't say anything, but he's got a dartboard in the back. He's got a cool logo though, but he's like only lit from like half of his face.
That means 2 things too.
He's lit. I know. I will, if I do it, I will put because you know what?
You should say this is all purely sarcasm.
Or is it?
Do it like Tosh.0 style.
well, that'd have to be part of the running gag too, right? Like every once in a while, you do a Mike Zero story. Like I'm hearing reports that Mike Zero is.
This just in.
Yeah, Mike Zero is going to be in the next Star Wars movie because Rian Johnson loves him so much and all of his ideas that Rian Johnson and Kathleen Kennedy have brought him on board to now write the next Star Wars trilogy. Yeah, I like it.
And Derek says, what are your guys' thoughts on the Transformers movies?
Okay. Like in general?
Old ones, new ones, Bumblebee, like starting from there, because I love the new Bumblebee, the way that they would flip.
I love the new Bumblebee
thing,
thing, man. I love the Gen 1 look. Yeah. That's, you know, I liked the first few Transformers movies. At some point, it just got to be like, what is going on here? Yeah. It was just a mess on the screen where you couldn't tell what was going on. And by the time it got to the last night just, I don't know what was going on there. Honestly, I mean, I only watched the movie once, and I just couldn't.
He said all of them.
All of them. Yeah. So overall, I mean, I'm a nerd, and I love Transformers, right? So of course, I'm gonna like it, but I don't love it, and I think that what's his name, Michael Bay, needed to step away from him a while back. And I really hope, I'm really confused now because now they're saying that they're going to do a sequel to The Last Night and a sequel to the Bumblebee movie. And that they're both going to exist in the same continuity. That doesn't make any sense.
Fastest Flash said, next video, did you know the Russo brothers aren't actually brothers? Gasps.
Well, I mean, hey, look what happened to the Wachowski
He also
brothers.
said Hulk better steal them Infinity Stones. Because a lot of people are saying if Hulk dies, if Thor dies. So they've already thrown their things out there.
Yeah. So yeah, Endgame. Let's switch over to Endgame.
I'm really excited.
I'm excited for Endgame. You excited for Endgame?
Oh yes. Heck yes.
Yeah. Heck yes.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Did you see the letter that Disney posted?
No.
It was pretty much the poster saying
So Derek's saying about Transformers, he has an idea for a sequel? Tell us your idea for a sequel. Yeah. We'll talk about Endgame here in the midst. Okay.
So pretty much what it says is it's pretty much stating that they've built up to this movie for the past 11 years. And it's pretty much just saying, please don't spoil it for people that don't see it right away or don't see it early or don't go to the midnight release to go see it. And just wait for the weekend or wait a week so everybody can see it.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I think
it makes sense.
Yeah, I get that, and I think that's that's a proper thing to do, right? Don't spoil things for people who don't want things spoiled.
Says remember, Doctor Strange watched the Endgame 14,605 times, and he didn't spoil any of it. Be like Doctor Strange.
There you go.
He also says how lucky is Doctor Strange. He saw Endgame when we were watching Infinity War.
I know.
Out of all the outcomes, he also saw the Ant-Man outcome.
He says, me when Thor arrives to Wakanda.
Did you guys ever watch Because Science? Because they did an episode today on whether or not Ant-Man could actually crawl up inside of Thanos and explode him.
Yes. And
spoiler warning, according to science, it wouldn't work. Because Thanos' sphincter and inner intestines would form around him instead of actually, they would just expand with him, given how the technology works for Ant-Man to expand, that Thanos' innards would just conform to...
Because he can't blow butt.
It's an interesting theory. That thing has gotten out of hand, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But
there's something
there was also a letter from Avengers.
Yeah, that's what it was, I think.
That's the letter?
It says, to the greatest fans in the world, we are about to see Avengers Endgame within few days. Since not everyone will be able to watch the movie on the first day, we request to keep silence until a couple of weeks after the movie release in order to avoid spoiling the story or plot details for our fellow Marvel fans. We request you to keep a safe distance from social media so that the movie won't be spoiled for you and you won't spoil it for others. We know you are excited. We know you want to talk about this all day. But there is a time for everything. We request you to be patient. Keep calm and don't get spoiled. Everyone involved with the film has worked incredibly hard for the past 3 years maintaining the highest level of secrecy. It's now our turn to not spoil the movie for our friends. We're asking that when you see Endgame in the coming weeks that you maintain the same level of secrecy so that all of our friends can have equal experience when they watch it for the first time. Don't spoil it for others the same way you wouldn't want it spoiled for you. Good luck and happy viewing, United fans of Marvel, and it says hashtag Avengers demand your silence.
Yeah. Now, one thing that I am concerned about Endgame, it is so hyped.
Mm-hmm. And this
so
one is
hyped.
from the Russo brothers.
Okay, so hyped though. Do you think that? Do you think that it's possible? Do you think that there's any way possible that it does not live up to the hype?
From the clips that I've seen, it looks good.
I know. I'm not saying it doesn't look good.
But did you hear they said that all we've got from the trailer shows like the first hour and a half of the movie?
Well, because it's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
I mean, but do you think that it's possible?
Yeah.
That there's a world in which it is not satisfying, and that like people walk out really disappointed.
Yeah.
Especially if characters die, or if we see things happen to characters that we didn't want to see happen to characters, even if they don't die.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know.
Fastest Flash says, if Hulk dies, I'm spoiling the entire movie frame by frame for my whole school. And the Fastest Flash also says, spoiler, Shaggy kills Spanos.
Now, here's a question. Which Shaggy? Are we talking Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, or are we talking the singer? Like Thanos is standing there and all of a sudden he comes like, they call me Mr. Boombastic, Mr. Fantastic, here to kill Thanos. Ooh.
He also said, I mean, Ant-Man got to do whatever it takes.
Yeah, well, you know, of course. Man, no, so I think it's going to be a great movie. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're able to pull off with the movie. I'm with you, William. I think that if they give Captain Marvel too much of the credit,
then that's when
that could be a problem. Yep. Because as much as I'm fine with her leading going forward, she has not earned the right to beat Thanos yet, in my opinion.
Me too.
I think it's got to be done by the existing Avengers. You know what I mean, to do that. So.
Is that what you're saying? What Muay Thai Jedi said about Brie Larson?
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, that's the thing is we've only seen parts from the first 20-30 minutes of the movie, so who knows? I mean, if that stuff happens in the first 20-30 minutes of the movie, where is that movie going?
Yeah.
And especially if it's supposed to be like 3 freaking hours.
That's what I'm saying. Do not get the extra large pop.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. Say no to it.
Unless you're getting the extra one so you can use it.
Oh, so what was the idea for
Transformers?
The Transformers thing.
It is right here. He says, like the bounty hunter lockdown, he collected sparks from the dead Transformers. Those contain memories so they could bring back the dead Autobots in a way.
I'm down with that. I'm definitely down with that. I would like to, you know what? At this point, though, I'm just happy. I'd be happy just to see them continue the story.
Says, how do you watch it live? I can't figure out how.
Sage, I'm guessing you're talking about The Flash. The only way that you can watch The Flash live is on broadcast television. Unless you somehow find some kind of torrent or, I guess, something online like that. But I don't know of anything like that. The only other way that you can watch The Flash live is on television. Other than that, you can watch it after midnight on the CW app. So if you download the CW app, you can watch it there. So at this point with Transformers, I just would like to just see them continue on now from the Bumblebee story, and go from that. And I want the G1 look.
Do we get an intermission?
I want the G1 look, and now that I've seen that they can do it and it looks good, honestly, I don't know that I settle for anything else. I don't want the old the
That's awesome, William.
The other movies looks back. I want the look of now those G1 Transformers because they look awesome. They look fantastic. And that's how those characters should look. And I don't understand why directors and writers and everything have to always give us their version of it why not just give us what's supposed to be?
Caleb just said to that, the rumor about a sequel to The Last Night was debunked. Paramount has confirmed they are all in on a Bumblebee sequel.
Gotcha. I saw the Super Shadow thing. I'm not really familiar with Super Shadow. You familiar with Super Shadow?
I remember it vaguely.
I remember the name, but I don't remember what it is.
Muay Thai also said, guys, who do you want as MCU Wolverine? I actually think that Scott Eastwood or Zac Efron would be a cool casting choice.
I've heard the Zac Efron thing. Scott Eastwood actually, I could see that. I could definitely see that.
I also like the two funny things that William said. He said, just imagine, he goes, do we get an intermission? Just imagine Captain America. We need to figure out a way, but first a bathroom break.
Yeah, we're gonna
need it.
He says,
and I'm going to stand up and make an announcement at the end of Endgame and tell everyone to wait for the end credit scene.
Yeah.
What is up with that? That is a cultural issue. I'm sorry, and it's not just Marvel movies that do them now. I had a friend who went to go see Shazam and didn't stay through the whole thing and completely missed the
fish thing at the end.
The Mr. Mind.
Yeah,
or Mr. Mind.
No, they saw the Mr. Mind thing, but
not the fish.
sorry, spoilers if you haven't seen Shazam. But missed the little thing at the end, and I don't understand why people just get up and walk out of movies anymore. I mean, you pretty much know that in a lot of these movies there's going to be something.
Especially comic book movies.
Yeah.
Fastest Flash said, we are all missing the real question, though. Is Isaac really Isaac? And Caleb said, he talking about the Shadow guy, he says, he was a blogger in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. He was like Mike Zero of the prequel era. He posted nonstop lies for over 10 years, and he claimed to be a producer on the prequel trilogy.
Yes! I know, that's why I remember, that is why I remember that name. I remember Super Shadow, because he told everybody that he was friends with George Lucas, and that like all this stuff about episodes 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and everything that was supposedly supposed to happen in all those movies. I remember that, Caleb, because that was, yeah, it's exactly it. He was the Mike Zero of that, because he typed it all out, and people would go to the website and they'd read all this stuff, and he would talk about how, and the thing was is it confused a lot of people, because where George Lucas was coming out and saying, hey, there's no this, there's no that, and all of a sudden he's like, well, George really means this, and he's actually doing this, and people believed this guy, right? People actually believed the guy and thought that he was
telling the truth.
That he was telling the truth, because those were the early days of the internet when we were very naive. And it was very disappointing, because there were some interesting things.
About the end scene, William says it's just disappointing that people do that. They know that there is one. It's a crime. Caleb said he posted tons of interviews with George Lucas. Then around 2010, George was asked about him, and George was like, who?
Yeah, exactly, because we all thought that these things were going to happen based on this information. And I mean, I always looked at it like in kind of a wishful way, because back then we didn't think that we would ever even get 7, 8, 9, let alone anything after that. And so you want the tiny Wolverine. You want the tiny the comic Wolverine. You want that, and I can respect that. But who are you gonna have do it?
But
Peter Dinklage.
Space Pants.
I want Space
Wolverine
Pants himself, Peter Dinklage.
Wolverine Pants.
Wolverine Pants.
But
I can imagine him coming out and being like, "What up, bub?"
You say that short though, but Hugh Jackman is not a short guy.
No, but that was controversy. You don't know the controversy then. Because when Hugh Jackman was first...
I don't care about height, because it's like they did the same thing with why they didn't do Sacha Baron Cohen for
I know, Tiff.
Queen.
I know, Tiff, but the thing is traditionally Wolverine is shorter, and so when Hugh Jackman was first cast...
I agree with Flash. I don't think... Fastest Flash, I don't think I'm ready for a new Wolverine yet.
I don't think I'm ready either.
I need time to mourn.
Yeah. I'm with you. But that was a huge... controversial thing about Hugh Jackman.
Fastest Flash that I still got some PTSD from Logan.
Yeah, but that was a huge controversy over him getting cast. I mean, now fortunately everybody loved him,
Yeah.
and now we can't see anybody else in the role. You know, that's the problem. Really, is that
as soon as somebody's
he played him for so long.
he played him so well. And here's the thing: he played him in good movies. He played him in bad movies. He won our hearts over, and then he played him in stuff that absolutely stunk.
And then he also played cameos where he was at a bar and just swore, and that was the only scene.
I know,
which was awesome.
Dropped an F-bomb and was out of there. I was one of the suckers who wrote in with ideas for episodes 7 through 12 and a few original movies. I'm super pissed that because he turned around and sold those original ideas to indie studios.
Oh,
sorry. Ooh, man.
He should enter that into the chili.
So you wrote into Super Shadow? I didn't remember that he wanted people to write in it, man. Man.
More than pissed, I'd be livid.
Oh man, I'd be ticked. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see who they cast as Wolverine next. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see who they cast. I mean, but you know, I will say this: I never thought that I could see anybody but Patrick Stewart be Professor Xavier. And to be honest with you, McAvoy
has got some acting chops, man. Between Split and then to find out
I'm looking forward to
has,
seeing him in the next It movie.
and then to see him with such a strong Scottish accent, and you don't hear any of it in his roles, and it shows.
Hi, Landon. I see that we're still online.
And it shows that in the second, or not, I'm sorry, Mr. Glass, was it?
Yeah.
When he was in front of that light, it was like going like this from character to character without skipping a beat, and no accent. That would be something to me that would be hard for my accent not to come through when I'm trying to cover it up with other accents. Like he did like the Western, he did the, you know, the different characters that he played when that light went off.
Yeah. If they cast me, I'm finna be the Black Wolverine. Hey, man. Was it, yeah, I was like 7 or 8, and I wrote in, and he replied, told me George had looked at my ideas personally, and he loved them, and they were being added to the scripts. I was furious when I found out. It freaking crushed me as a kid.
It would crush me too.
Wow. See, yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool. I'm sorry that he did that to you, man. That's, yeah, that was some crazy stuff that went on there with Super Shadow. I remember that very well now that you say that. Now I know exactly who you're talking about. That was interesting. But like, why would you tell somebody that? Why would you tell somebody? Why would you tell a kid that George Lucas looked at your script and or your ideas and he's going to add them to the script? I mean, that's just somebody just needing attention and just I don't know. I don't like that.
One thing I've realized at like this point, like when it comes to like leaks or something, or like something being rumored, everyone looks to see if they're a credible source now.
Yes, Muay Thai Jedi. Fox X-Men is done after Dark Phoenix, and it's looking like Dark Phoenix, isn't he? Honestly, I don't understand why they're doing Dark Phoenix again. One, I get that they got all the new cast, and so they're trying to do that. But you know, the Fox X-Men thing has never had much continuity for anything, and on top of that, it just looks like they all phoned it in for every trailer that we get. It looks like they just looks like they all lost their puppy dog, and like they, you know. I don't know, and they're saying that it's gonna open up to be the worst opening for an X-Men movie.
Derek also said the Russo brothers said they might come out with a Marvel movie called Secret Wars.
Yes, they want to do Secret Wars. Now I think that'd be interesting. I would like to see them build up for a Secret Wars for sure. But we'll see. See if they get the chance to do it.
Fastest Flash. I mean, like, Phoenix kind of cute though, so like. That's gonna be like our new thing. That needs to be a hashtag.
It already is. That's that new meme. Have you seen the meme?
Mm-mm.
Oh, she hasn't seen the meme. That's even better. That is even better right there.
I just think it's funny because it makes me laugh.
So there's this meme basically that somebody says, I was feeling kind of cute, so I did this, right? Or whatever. Even our friend Jeremy did one earlier today. He posted a picture of himself, like with his hair like all spiked and his beard and everything. And he says, feeling kind of cute. May shave it all off later, though. for fun or whatever.
It was Grace that shared all those
That's
photos
awesome.
last week.
That's awesome.
I got a ton of them.
Fastest Flash, you win tonight for posting all that stuff, and she's saying all that stuff thinking it's funny and didn't know that it was a meme. Yeah, it's new though, so don't worry about it.
I was gonna say I'm not on Facebook all the time like you because I have to work 9 to 5. I can't just be online.
Not all of us are online. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, well, I'll have to show because they even did one from Stuart from Mad TV. It's like feeling kind of cute. May show you all the things I can do later. It's all like something like I may do something later afterwards. Yeah. I don't know all the rules for it yet because it's kind of new, but it's pretty funny.
Caleb says it's crazy because his website was up until like 2012-13 when Disney bought Star Wars. Pretty much overnight he disappeared. His website was taken down and his YouTube channel is gone.
He had a YouTube channel? I didn't know he had a YouTube channel. I did not know that. That's interesting. Yeah, well, they probably put an end to that real quick.
Here's you, here's the kibosh.
Here's you, here's the mouse, and all their money.
Derek said if I owned a comic book store, it would be awesome to hang out with you guys and talk about all Marvel, DC, etc.
Exactly. That's what the Poindexter Lounge is, guys. That's why we did it, because there's a toy guy here in our area that we used to that I still go to, and we buy toys and stuff, and
we actually call him the Toy Man. I forget what his real name is half the time because I only know him as Toy Man.
His name's Andrew, but he's got like this little place around, and he should have a bar there. That's what I told him. It's like not even to serve alcohol, but just like have bar stools sitting around, because all of us nerds, we go there and we talk about all this stuff like this and just all the stuff that we've heard and like what's this and that and everything, and we argue about what we've heard and what we think is real and what we think is not real, and we do all that fun stuff, and then it's like 2 hours later and we're like, we got to go. But we said, he should open it up and call it the Poindexter Lounge. And Tiffany said that, and I said, you know what? Let's do that to our channel. I had this channel for a while, but it was just my screen name, Enosh Fett. And I said, you know what? We need to do that, and that's what we need to make this channel, is a fun channel for nerds, a place for nerds to come and talk about all this stuff. So, a horror character, the Toy Man, because that is a Superman
Firehawk
villain.
says, isn't Toy Man a DC character or something?
Yes. He's a huge Superman fan too. I don't think that's a coincidence.
21.
Unless you drink a chocolate milk.
Get chocolate wasted?
Get chocolate wasted, for sure.
Did you know you could actually overdose on chocolate?
Caleb said then like a month before The Force Awakens, an apology letter from Super Shadow appeared on the website, and Disney banned him from Celebration and their theme parks.
Wow. I didn't know all that stuff.
Awkward.
Wow, it's like when you take a joke too far. One day Mike Zero will be like, I apologize for all the stuff I did.
He is also forbidden from writing about or reviewing Star Wars ever again.
How do you do that? Can you do that? I don't think you can do that. Can you?
They're Disney. They can do what they want. They do what they want.
I will make it legal.
Maybe just a
whatever. I'm Disney. I do what I want.
You will not even think about Star Wars anymore, boy. Your over-exaggeration in the trilogy is your fault. You will cease and desist. Take your script. Strike me down.
Fastest Flash says, do it.
Do it. I guess. I mean, I could see that they could stop him maybe like from having a channel or something. I don't know. I mean, how do you do that? Yeah, so I don't know.
I think maybe it's just to scare him.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many things that some would call or consider unnatural. That's awesome. Including having an awkward silence and saying etc. over and over again while having only half your face lit from the side. Yeah. Anyways, all right, guys. Well, I don't know what else, is there anything else before we close out the evening? It's been a good evening. Sorry I was late.
I'm looking forward to the Pokemon movie. It's very twisty.
Yes, very twisty. I'm looking forward.
Oh yeah. If anyone plays Smash Bros.
Sounds good, Derek. We're getting off too.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, we will be back Thursday.
Yes.
What were you going to say about Smash Bros?
If anyone plays Smash Bros, the first DLC pack comes out tomorrow.
There you go.
They just announced it like 2 minutes before the Flash ended.
Okay, so
Firehawk, that will be Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Central Standard Time. Is it
That's right.
standard or
just Eastern Standard Time? Yeah, Eastern.
And
Yes.
because that's the time that the Orville comes on for us, and we do the hour show, same thing like we do with the Flash. We watch it, talk during the commercials.
About 10 o'clock.
And then we do like a little quick talk. It's not really like a full-on talk nerdy to me because we go on for like an hour and a half here because we just keep talking.
Yeah.
But we don't do that. It's super late on Thursday, and we're not gonna.
Yeah, because like Thursday, the Orville was like just ending like half an hour ago.
Because but we're gonna have some stuff to talk about though because it's a 2-part season ender. So.
Yes, and we haven't done our review yet of this last week's episode, which was really
The Fastest Flash is Thursday. That's too long from now.
I know, but we have to do stuff.
But you're here on the channel now, so check out our content in the meantime.
That's right. That's right.
And then Muay Thai Jedi said, Isaac, will you do gaming live stream in the near future?
Maybe for the next direct, because I did one for the latest direct.
But he's talking about gaming streaming, like where you guys can play games, play Fortnite, play your things on the Switch, and talk about it.
Yeah.
You might bring more people to the channel.
Yeah. There's a lot that you need to do that, but I'd be open to it.
Yeah, we'd have to figure out a way for you to be able to...
Well, you need a capture card is the first thing.
Yeah.
And you also need at least a laptop or a PC to...
Hey, we you know what? We can do it on the cheap. We just aim the camera at the TV.
Call it Fork Knife instead of Fortnite.
Fork Knife. All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We always love you guys. We're always the Poindexter Arcade. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Hey, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. We're so thankful to have wonderful subscribers like you.
Arcade.
There you go. We love having great subscribers like you. You guys are so awesome.
Isaac, do it.
Thank you so much for your support. I'm so glad to see new people finding us here on the channel.
Thank you so much.
And it's always great to meet new people and to have new people on the stream. All right, guys. Until next time, my name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett. I was late to the party, and along with the lovely
Tiff-tastic, and I was right on time.
Yep, and
Isaac One Kenobi.
All right, you guys have a wonderful night and keep running. Can't wait till next week. All right, we'll see you Thursday.